Ahem. The old gunfighter stood on the porch and stared into the sun, and relived all the old days back when he was living by the gun. When deadly games of pride were played and living was mistakes not made. Hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Call me Johnny Cash with that intro.
Oh.
Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Gun Games Extravaganza. Welcome to the day of the light gunfighter. This is the show in which we play light gun games with the word gunfighter in the title.
This is a present from me to you.
Well, thank you kindly, Merzbun. Yay, pew pew, yay, shoot, they say. Don't worry, well, plenty of that. There will be plenty of that. We'll have gunfights and spades today for this episode. Yeah, so I got a group of games and a little bit of history on games with the word gunfighter in the title. That's the shtick. That's the gimmick. That's it's good enough for me. I'm also going to issue a warning up front that there will be rebellion games played tonight. So, govern yourselves accordingly, prepare yourselves as you must. And also know that these rebellion games, which are Gunfighter, The Legend of Jesse James for the PS1, and Gunfighter 2, Revenge of Jesse James, released 2003, that my screen flash filter doesn't work on them. I can't make the flashing lights not show up in those games. I tried. I banged my head against these games, this pair of games, but it's just that rebellion magic that thwarts me, that keeps me from being able to turn off the occasional bit of screen flashing in those. So we will re-warn folk when the time comes, when it comes to those. But other games we have tonight include Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters, which I should not have an issue turning the flashing off in. And then we have a little bit of a bonus one that isn't actually a light gun game, but you'll see when we get into the history. And before we get into that history, let me ask you, Johnny, what's your familiarity with gunfighting?
So, specific to this, when I was getting the official UK PlayStation 1 magazine, I definitely had the demo of this that had Gunfighter, The Legend of Jesse James on it. And I was so Time Crisis 1-pilled at the time. Well, I take any old, light gun game that had a cover mechanic. So I played a lot of that demo, never got the full game. So we'll see how the memories hold up, or if my nostalgia goggles cannot protect me from how the game actually is.
Well, for my part, my gimmick is as the cowpoke, the resident cowpoke of the Bad Game Hall of Fame, and this is, rooted mostly in the fact that I love me some Western films, specifically spaghetti Westerns, but not always exclusively.
Oh.
Yes, specifically Will Smith's Wild Wild West. Yeah, that is my number one with a bullet, as they say. No. So I know a thing or two about gunfighting from having seen it on the movie screen and having read some amount of historical non-fiction about that period. And would you believe me if I told you that dueling out in the middle of the street and quick draws and all that stuff is all an invention of movie films that wasn't really going down that way back in the day?
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
Saying so.
To hear that, but alas. But even still, I will always love watching those movies, watching gunfights, watching duellos, so on and so forth. And I will always love a game that attempts to put you in the boots of a cowpoke, bearing down with your gun against some bank robber or ne'er-do-well in the streets, which is why I'm excited to present a little bit of history tonight. Let's cut to that firing range. Here we are at the old Hogan's Alley set. I could have sprung and made a Wild Gunman set just for the show tonight, but I forgot. But we will talk a little bit about Wild Gunman in this brief little history section. Really just tying the show together more than anything tonight. The first game to be known as Gunfight was Sega's Gunfight, a 1969 electromechanical arcade game, one of, if not the first, competitive multiplayer arcade shooting games, which is a very specific first, but it is a first nonetheless. As you can see here from this awesome advert, this is a cabinet that had players on... Wow. Yeah. Yeehaw, giddy up, so on and so forth. So you'd have players on either side of this cabinet here at the arcade. You'd put a quarter in, and you'd each take control of a cowpoke, and it was like a cover shooter. You'd shoot at each other from across the playfield. In fact, I actually have video of this game in action that we'll cut to in a second. But before anyone complains that, you know, this is the light gun game extravaganza, this is barely... This isn't even a light gun game. Well, what have I told you that the control mechanism for it was in the shape of a gun grip? Checkmate, atheists! So, you would drag this left to right. You'd pull the trigger to pull the trigger. And this seems fucking cool. I love electromechanical even, arcade games.
I swear this was like a trap table that Bond villain used once.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to gunfight. I really want to go to, this is a dream of mine, maybe we can expense this one of these days, but the Musée Mécanique in California, a museum dedicated to electromechanical arcade games. They have a whole bevy of them up there, and I would hope they would have a Sega Gunfight arcade cabinet up there, and I want to play them all. They also have... If you're familiar with the Musée Mécanique, it was famously featured in a Mega 64 video titled "The Pissed Off Rage Nerd Who Plays Games and Gets Pissed Off," which is a classic Mega 64 vid, and it culminates in them playing perhaps the greatest electromechanical arcade game of all time, which I'm trying to get the title of. I think it's like Songs of the West. Song of the Prairie. I mean to say, which is a machine that you put a quarter in, and then it's a diorama of old cowboys sitting around a pot of beans and farting, and it lasts roughly 60 seconds. And I've ever since seeing that, I've made it my life's mission to to play that cabinet, to put a quarter in that cabinet before I pass. Anyhow, how about that gameplay footage I promised? Let me go ahead and get that loaded up so we can see a bit of this incredible game in action. Ooh. There we are. Hide the slideshow for the time being.
Fight.
Does this not look so fun?
Yeah.
And you can see there's cover you can take. You can see that your cowboy ragdolls when they get hit. Nintendo would put out a home toy by the name of Custom Gunman, which was a light gun little gimmick at home where you'd shoot an action figure and with a light gun, and when you shot it, it would tip over and spill over. And that is part of their Wild Gunman line.
Yeah. It is funny because there are definitely like mechanical toys for kids that would be this like idea, like scaled down and without the, the six shooters.
Triple A in chat says this is like Yeehaw Foosball. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeehaw Foosball. Get on it, game devs. Anyway, if you want more information on Gunfight, Sega Retro has a pretty good article about it. That's where I also got the video from. The video was not credited to anyone in particular, so I'm wondering if it was recorded specifically for by a wiki contributor for the article, if it was just ripped from somewhere else. But that's the closest I can do for accreditation there is linking back to Sega Retro. And so this game was apparently fairly popular in the arcades, in the primitive era in the arcades. Successful enough that Nintendo just stole the idea for a home toy. This is the original Wild Gunman, which is a tabletop home version of Sega's Gunfight. I mean, it's two cowboys. You rotate them around the ring. There's some cactuses and cover along the way. They shoot out little BBs. You can see a plastic baguette of BBs in the top right corner over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this was from an era where Nintendo were not quite established yet. You know, people always tell you, they started as a company making trading cards. The truth of the matter is that Nintendo, yes, they get their start doing trading cards, Hanafuda cards and whatnot, but then spent the next 100 years until, like, you know, their arcade game division really took off, just ripping off other people wholesale, stealing ideas. They got in on a trend at a point in time when bowling alleys were falling out of vogue in Japan. There was a brief trend of converting bowling alleys into light gun shooting, sort of like skeet shooting simulated ranges indoors. And so Nintendo got in on that just as that scene was collapsing, just as that bubble was bursting. They were stealing arcade games. I mean, we've talked about how they were just making like Space Invaders clones in the era where Space Invaders fever was taking hold in Japan, and so they put out Space Fever in multiple installments and multiple other games. There was, of course, them stealing code from Mikagami Suhinki, but that's a whole other story. The point is that Nintendo were highly unoriginal for a while here, and if you think we're being unfair, that, you know, maybe this is just a matter of parallel thinking with this 1972 tabletop game, which is, you know, heavily inspired by Sega's 1969 arcade cabinet. What if I told you that Wild Gunman was originally just called Gunfight? What if I told you that Nintendo were so fucking shameless that when they were drafting the original, like, arcade version of Wild Gunman, the one with, like, the reels of film that would switch out and the FMV and whatnot, that it was just marketed originally as Gunfight? Nintendo, come on. Anyhow, this is the game that would go on to become Wild Gunman, the 1974 FMV Wild Gunman that is in the arcades. And I know there's been a lot of talk about this game as of recent. I think even in the last episode of Gun Games Extravaganza we did, there were people who were discussing the fact that just recently there has been finally an effort to preserve and to reproduce this Wild Gunman in the arcades. One Kalen Brown, who put together a documentary of the process of recovering those reels of film, implementing them into a cabinet. I'm linking to that here in the chat and also in the video description. Highly worth watching. And I will also, just as a matter of due diligence, link to Kate Willert's work in documenting originally Nintendo's Wild Gunman 74, dubbing it the Forgotten First FMV game. And their work was obviously instrumental in setting the stage for Kalen Brown to do what they did in actually going and preserving the cabinets. This article also gets into the origins of the gunfight that shows, it's actually where I got this specific screenshot from of the original marketing of the game as Gunfight. So there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down here in the histories of gunfighting in the arcades. Definitely stem from Sega's work in 1969, derivative works by Nintendo through the 70s, and hold on, Slime might actually have a source for that original video, the one that we played. It might have been the since taken down video of an equivalent length from flippers.com with a archive.org link. Perhaps. I will look into this. I'll make sure that in the video description on YouTube we have as much accreditation as possible, as I do like to have. But for now, we're going to move along to a proper arcade digital Z80 cabinet by the name of Gunfight, new from Midway. This is actually a Taito game, a 1975 Taito game, as a matter of fact, also titled Gunfight, which is, again, a version of Sega's Gunfight, but digitized this time. This is very similar to the likes of like Atari's Combat on the old VCS, the idea of like a duel game where it is a two-player game, only two players. There's no CPU you can compete against in this, and you stand at opposite ends of the screen and compete to be the first to hit your opponents. This is what the cabinet looks like. You can see from this picture the grips. You would have a joystick in one hand and the gun in the other. The gun you can move up and down to move your aim in the game, while the left joystick moves you around the screen so you can get in and out of cover and so forth. And so again, not necessarily a light gun game, but I want to play it anyway. I want to play against you, Johnny, because I, again, love this shit. This is so much my shit. You know, credit to Nintendo,
Yeah.
they made one of the best Western games ever in the arcades, a game by the name of Sheriff, which I adore. I fucking love Nintendo Sheriff. And maybe I'll love this. Bear with us, folks, while we get this on the screen.
Yeah, might not be light gun, but there were a fair amount of arcade rail shooters that would use those kind of controls. That was, essentially like a flight stick doing XY coordinates.
Yeah, and we've
So not that far
occasionally
removed.
gotten away with showing some of those on the show, in their capacity as rail shooters. Maybe they're not necessarily light guns, but they're in the spirit of a light gun game.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get this coin in the machine. I am on the left. Johnny is on the right.
Yeah.
Well, howdy there, partner. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Yeah, there's only one cactus between us. I can't share.
I lay claim. This is a game
Boom.
all about ricochet. This is about bouncing your bullets off the sides of
Yeah.
the screen and into your opponent. You get 6 shots. Oh,
So that sequel to Ricochet finally came out.
Valve kept us waiting. Ooh, come on. Oh, you got me.
You know what? I thought we were both gonna get each other, but as soon as you get deaded,
Mutually assured
your bullet-
destruction. You can see
well, yeah,
that.
but I think the bullet disappears, even if it's like mid shot.
You can see they're
we can
adding
test that
more
maybe at one point.
cacti as the game goes on, though we can also shoot the cacti. And we do have some degree of granular aiming here, which is actually kind of impressive for a Z80 game that they have like all these bespoke angles.
Yeah. Ah. I get too distracted playing this. I just like fucking around.
You just love moving the hand up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran out of
What?
time. So back in the day,
Huh.
it wouldn't be like, first to however many points. It would be, you have 60 seconds to play this game, or 70, I think, as the timer says in the top.
Yeah.
I want to get to where we get to see the wagon. The wagon's a fun little wrinkle in the... Ooh. Yeah, there we go with my last shot.
Ah, machine.
I'm not great at
Oh.
Pong. I see there was a joke in chat from Mail City who said the most deadly iteration of Pong. This is so much better than Pong to me. You know why? Because it's got guns and cowboys in it.
Yeah, there's the old wagon.
Oh, you got me.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be legitimately tense. If you want a light gun game equivalent of this, by the way, if you want a game that takes the concept of like one-on-one dueling, 2-player shooting in the context of light gun game, Too Spicy, which I believe is a Sega arcade game, and it fucking rules. It's got moxie and charm and flavor for days. And it is a game where you like stand at opposite ends of a cabinet, of like 2 connected cabinets, and you are like on opposite ends of the stage from each other, and you're like ducking in and out of cover and shooting each other. Oh my god, that's another one of my bucket list games. There we go. I think I got that one.
Oh yeah, handedly.
Yeah, and Wild Gunman, the FMV Wild Gunman, a long time ago, I think on the old website, BadGameHallOfFame.com, I think I said that it was a bucket list thing for me to eventually get to play that. So I'm hoping that with Kalen Brown's efforts, that there may be a day, there may come a time where I get to play that game. But for now, we move along to what folk are probably expecting us to play here, probably closer in spirit to the light gun game Extravaganza, which is Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters. This is a 1994 game by way of Konami, a proper light gun game, the sequel to Lethal Enforcers in the arcade, which I think we've played previously on this program. I think we played this previously on the program as well, back in the day, back in our first episode, back in the proto era of this show.
She's beautiful.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to chide people for doing that command every time we get a female cowpoke on screen. No, I'm thinking it. yeah, this game is cool. Because it's Lethal Enforcers, but it's in the Wild West, you see. And it's got cool guns in it, and I'm eager to play this on the stream. Let's take a look at the cabinet, which now they could have gone the extra mile and had revolver style of light guns. These are just, I think this was probably like a conversion kit you could have gotten for your Lethal Enforcers 1. You probably could have just upgraded it, kept the guns, kept everything intact, swapped out the side art, and so forth. Mr. Taco points out the JP version is just called Lethal Enforcers 2, The Western, which is also a pretty good title, but would not fall in line with our theming tonight of gunfight games. And to answer Edward 21's question, is Starkey all right? Haven't seen them in these streams in a while. They're just on break. They're on vacation right now, taking a bit of a sabbatical, but they will return. And also, they don't like light gun games. I mean, they like light gun games. They don't like the screen flashing. So they bowed out of this segment at a point in time. But me and Johnny, we will make do with the guns we got and whatever manner of screen flashing we might have to endure. But hopefully this does not have screen flashing. I have worked to disable it. I have the screen flash filter in place, and I think it should be mostly effective when it comes to this particular game. So stick around and bear with us. Oh, yeah. Let it do its BIOS boot, device check, all that. This would be the
test pattern
calibration screen as well. In fact, well, I'll let the demo play out. Some examples of some of the set pieces we'll be participating in. Classic Wild West Western cliches. Is that the OK Corral? I believe it is. Can I survive the Wild West? Can I be a Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters? I think I can. Let's go into the BIOS.
Hell yeah.
As I like to do. Let me just make sure that my... Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I think that covers it. I think my aim is mostly calibrated. We can go into the game options. I have it set just one notch below the normal difficulty, just because I'm forced to use a mouse here, not a real light gun, which is harder. It is harder to use a mouse than a light gun, is the common refrain across all these light gun game extravaganza episodes that I feel obligated to point out. And I'll also point out there's a violent mode here. Clean is the default, bloody is the setting. This just adds a blood effect when you shoot an enemy, and I think it causes more sprite flickering. I think having this enabled does make the game a little less cleanly presented, so we're just going to keep it clean, why don't we?
Yeah.
Sorry to all you gore hounds out there, but you really got to check the device again. The best in the West. Pat, Doc.
Some later light gun arcade games would actually it wouldn't be surfaced very well, but they would add player ways to like check gun configuration.
I know Ghost Squad has that for one.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I already see the volume. I want to make sure that this is leveled. Let me take another 2, 3, maybe even 4 decibels off of this. That guy takes 2 shots.
92, Pro Striker 92 asks if this got a Sega CD release.
I know it has a Genesis version.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if it had Sega CD. You can tell we got ourselves a repeater.
Yeah. And there's a PlayStation 1 compilation of 1 and 2, I believe.
I love it. I adore it. There's a lot of sprite flickering here. How much of this might be, the imperfectly emulated graphics in MAME?
Yeah.
Could be a contributing factor.
Yeah.
Oh, I got shot. There goes my repeater.
Yep.
Oh, dual revolvers, though. I'll take that. And the way these work is that just fires twice, so we still have 6 shots, technically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the funny thing about a lot of, like 2-player light gun games. Because it's the same view, and the only control is shooting, you can just play those games dual-wield if you want.
And I have, and it is super fun to do that if you have the ambidexterity for it. Ennio Morricone should have sued for the use of that instrument. That There's stuff we can shoot in the environment.
Music, though, yeah.
There's a comment from AAA. Triple A.
Oh, yeah, I read that. Yep. Triple AAA in chat says, "Gotta say, the digitalized graphics make it quite hard to tell the bad guys apart from the good guys."
As I just demonstrated by shooting a civvy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Give me that scatter gun.
A lot of games that do the like rail shooters that will have innocence, they do try and bait you into shooting them.
Yes.
Because it's a good way to force you to lose if you're really quick on the draw.
Gatling gun. Oh, that guy just... I blame him. He should have known better. He should have heard the Gatling gun of Gatlin.
Yeah.
Can't believe I already gave up a life. Gave up a continue in this.
Oh, explosion.
Yeah, I do agree that they could have done more to delineate. I think you're really meant to tell by the bandanas. If they got the bandanas or the neckerchief around their mouth, that's usually a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
There's also audio cues. You can hear them as civilians are coming onto your screen saying, don't shoot, or what have you.
I like that guy just hopped into frame as well.
With a hop and a skip, I die. You can also tell that I'm reloading by going to the bottom of the screen. I'm doing a facsimile of aim off screen.
You ain't gonna take me alive, Sheriff.
Gotta have boss fights. This fucking rules.
Was expecting a land pirate, but I'm very happy.
There's doubloons in them dar hills. Banger soundtrack in this, by the way. That we use. The theme song to this segment is from this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that might be my favorite part so far is the music. Like it's called Victims. Implies that you meant to shoot them.
I do love a good Stagecoach. One of my favorite American westerns, Stagecoach. John Ford Stagecoach. Maybe my favorite John Ford western. That might be something of a controversial take, because it's not as most classically considered, but I think it's like a perfect, sort of like a bottle movie, because it all takes place aboard a stagecoach in its journey.
Mm-hmm. So many cowpokes holding onto the side of this wagon. Like, even with the setting change, they still have, like, the clown car logic going on, like Lethal Enforcers 1 did.
Oh,
no,
come on.
I have seen at least one bottle Western movie. Hateful Eight.
Yeah, no, that counts.
Because it's all in that
Minnie's Tavern.
that bar.
Yeah. Ask me anything about westerns, folks. If this video game shtick ever gets old, I'm just gonna pivot to becoming a spaghetti western fan full time, trying to monetize that. Ooh. There's so much sprite flickering happening here. I have to imagine that this is partially, emulation, but also this is very much like too much happening on screen for what this arcade hardware could handle. But, Jesus wept. You could see those horses blipping in and out. What's the Western equivalent of Silent Hill? Fucking The Great Silence. Or maybe like one of the surreal westerns like Django Kill. If you live, shoot.
This is a real classic.
El Topo's a good answer
Like
as well
boss
from
fight.
chat. Yeah. Or McCabe and Mrs. Miller, that's another good one, just in terms of like, I would say like any snow western, so that's why I thought of The Great Silence first and foremost, but McCabe and Mrs. Miller, another seminal snowy western. But I mean, The Great Silence is also just one of the best westerns ever made, one of the best movies ever made, as I make sure to point out every time I bring up The Great Silence. Cannot recommend enough, The Great Silence. If you just love fucking movies, watch The Great Silence.
Oh, off he goes. Oh, I was going to say, I thought he was fine for a minute there.
Kino.
Let's see if you got what it takes to be a sheriff.
Do I have what it takes to be a sheriff? A sheriff has to be able to shoot
Yeah.
all the bottles off
Yo.
a bar. This town's going dry.
I love the approximation of like a honky-tonk piano.
Oh, I was so close. I fucked up the reload. Jodariel says the classic Western flying off again. Oh, yeah. This is fucking gaming.
Oh. Oh, that is a bad guy. For that guy's just showing off his hat.
Ooh, this is getting tough, too. Not that I mind. This would be a lot easier with an arcade cabinet with an actual light gun in hand. Oh, fuck. At least I got the scatter gun.
Oh yeah, that's a good. It's a good spread, but it's quite concentrated as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's 3 popped up basically at the same time there. That was a challenge.
I'm hoping one of these guys goes over the railing, because I see that bit of sprite flashing there, and that's usually a telltale sign that
Yeah.
something in the environment
that guy
can
rolled
give.
down the stairs. Good clock on that.
Oh, I could
She
tell.
showed off her leg, and I
Yep.
just assumed.
I was
that's
killing because
wrong.
I don't want her showing ankle on screen. That might get us demonetized.
That's
Yeah.
true as well, yeah.
Oh, come on.
So yeah, whenever's got someone taken hostage, how do you stop them taking someone hostage? That's one way.
Oh, we got the cannon. This is the most powerful weapon. You only get so many shots in it, but it basically works like the scatter gun, dealing massive damage when it pops up occasionally. I love the jumps into frame.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, he took a few shots.
It's like Mr. Hart from Fist and All-Star. The extra body mass blocks the shots. Yeah. Ain't gonna work again, lady.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
Shame on
twice.
you. For twice.
You ain't gonna fool me
uh,
twice. Yeah,
Won't fool me again. For saying I don't want to die, that lady looked very excited to be here.
I mean, imagine being an extra, being a motion capture, not a motion capture actor, but being an actor for a digitized sprite game like this. Role of a lifetime. Immortalized forever in the coolest shit ever. Oh, come on. I was shooting the enemy that was there. That's brutal. I take umbrage with that. Oh, I thought that was...
It was close. It was real close. Someone popped in right next to them.
That's what I was reacting to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimbo, baby. That's so mean. That he was, like, I think another frame and he would have shot me, that guy behind the hostage.
Yeah.
This is a mean game. I as someone who has played a lot of these kinds of games, this one's mean.
Yeah.
I know you are into the light gun games the same way I am, the rail shooters, so on and so forth, but I feel like your experience is more with modern ones than it is with the likes of this. What is your tolerance for this kind of?
And yeah. Anything that was pre-3D, I'm less familiar with. I will say I've never been a fan of aiming off screen. I find that a bit clunky. Oh, they want you to be shooting them, I guess.
Ooh, I lost the quick draw.
This is a tight one.
Did we get another shot at it? Is it going to be...
Yeah, and I've mentioned before in the past why I gel with something like a Time Crisis so much is giving you that direct control of avoiding shots as well. It's not just tied to who shoots first kind of thing.
The great train robbery. You know, players back in the day when they saw this in the arcades really thought they were getting shot at when the guys popped up on screen. How many variations on that joke can we make across? I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by mean.
Yeah, you might have had to have shot him like before the guy crossed over, so really early on.
I mean, I don't mind aiming off screen. I prefer like a bespoke reload button on your gun that like goes through the timing of an animation. Like, you know, like slapping the mag at the bottom, right, would be like the ideal for like an assault rifle style thing, or even like with a pistol or a handgun facsimile. If it has like, you know, like you hit the bottom of it, you tap the bottom of where the magazine would be to simulate a reload. But, you know, in lieu of that, I like having some mechanism for just, like, you know, having to decenter, having to take my gun away from active stance.
I mean, I'd rather have that than a game that just auto reloads on you. Saved him for 3 seconds and then...
Also, this background flashing, I couldn't account for this. I can account for the white screen flashing, but whatever flashing effects are going on here are severe. Yeah. Severe enough that, you know, I have the flashing lights warning just in the title of the stream. I did not realize this stage was going to be this bad.
This must be where the emulation stuff is real funky.
Oh, God.
And he was tied up as well. Still shot him.
Thank God I missed that one. Let me use up this Gatling gun at the very least. Man, I'm waiting for this stage to end. I'm hoping this stage ends soon. Yeah. It's a fun stage, but... like, this is the natural evolution of the gallery shooter that, like, Lethal Enforcers 1 kind of, like, kicked off of this, like, you know, scrolling from left to right, digitized actors popping up.
Part of me is wondering if the cows would count as victims.
I shot one in the rear. I branded it.
Nice, nice.
Come on, pop your ugly head out, you varmint.
Yeah. And this is the kind of problem in all the scrollers in almost like every genre they're in. It's like they end up feeling very drawn out because you have no control over the length of the stage. Nice.
Ooh, sneaky. Having them come in through that hole. One's on the far left side of the screen.
AAA has a good idea of people should start counting how many credits are put in. Yeah, if anyone wants to figure that out, let us know in the comments.
How many quarters I've wasted so far here? Yeah.
I like that guy.
I bet his name is Jebediah. Jebediah Dynamite. Quickman573 says Dynamite Jim Bob. Also good. Also acceptable.
Also, I like the idea of just there's a gunfight, but the other guy just throws dynamite.
I mean, it'd be effective. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, see what I mean? It's effective. He got my ass.
Yeah.
Now he's throwing 2 sticks at a time.
Yeah. Should have done that earlier, honestly. That would have... He might have won the West. I thought he was going to do splits there for a sec. Some real good.
Try and hit the bottles.
Oh, Edward21 mentions Namco got rid of the big arcade they had in London. Is that... If that was the Namco Funscape that's in, like, Greater London, honestly, it kind of sucked. Because it was all... Oh, shit, I forgot the name of them. What's the shitty...
Raw Thrills.
Still makes arcade? It was all Raw Thrills, yeah.
Try another one.
Really disappointed me. It's like, it's got all this Namco branding. They don't have a single Namco game.
OK Mineco. Great. Subtle.
Oh, okay. So that different location than the one I've been to, but I assume probably similar machines. Yeah, no, real letdown. The Pac-Man air hockey machine was good.
Oh, fuck.
But that was it.
You ever play that Pac-Man pinball machine? I'm not talking Baby Pac-Man or Junior Pac-Man, whichever one. I thought that was a gun.
No,
it was a lantern. I am too trigger happy. I'm deteriorating. Oh, that old lady! See, they're introducing new enemy sprites at this point, so it's throwing me off because I'm like, okay, which one of these is an enemy? Which one is not?
That's fun, though.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, they are right to do this. This game is mean in spots, bullshit in others, but it's fair to, you know... I think the shoot or not shoot, I think, like, the scan, I think making decisions is one of the best parts. I think hostages and, like, innocence are absolutely essential in a great rail shooter. There's a game by the name of Police Trainer, which I contend to be the most difficult light gun game, that it's designed to be one of the most difficult. But it tests every single skill that you could possibly need to have in a rail shooter, in terms of making like quick decisions. They have like, there's a segment where you do math problems with the gun, so you're having to like, you know, think, calculate on the fly and whatnot. And it is just a great way like to practice, to hone in your skills. And, you know, it goes to show the depth that these games can have beyond just, you know, the shooting, the aiming and shooting, that you're also having to make, like, split-second calls. You're having to, you know, like, not just shoot everything that moves on screen, because that would be a bad habit to have. You need to demonstrate some amount of trigger discipline if you want to be a shootist, if you want to be a true gunfighter.
I always remember in Die Hard Trilogy, the Die Hard 2 segment, which is a light gun rail shooter.
The airport, yeah.
Yeah. Shooting hostages is just points. It just loses points. So you're not punished that much. And then you hear the like the sound of like just go, sorry. Of course, you gotta have minecarts.
Ooh, I love the guys who drop the dynamite then go flying afterwards.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love a lot of the touches in this game. This is they had fun making this.
Yeah.
It comes through.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it goes harder than the first one in a lot of places.
Oh, yeah, this is absolutely Lethal Enforcers for super players or whatever. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, but I just mean I feel like they're doing more interesting things with the ideas.
Oh, no, absolutely, too. They're also playing a bit more with the sprite scaling, you know, which is not always the best effect. You know, if you want to see an example of sprite scaling done really, really bad, check out our recent playthrough of Flight of the Falcon on the channel. Yeah, you know.
Man was going to show up.
Oh, come on! I should probably feel some sort of way about this, but this is... We're suddenly playing fucking Crypt Killer here.
Yes, yes. Skeletons with wigs, how can you be mad at that?
Ay, ay, ay.
maybe in headcanon, this guy is just dressing up as an offensive stereotype to put you, you know, to unsettle you. That's the
it's brilliant
that's
combat technique. What's the easiest light gun game? Asks Edward in chat. Honestly, maybe House of the Dead original.
Deputy Marshal.
Is that it? I believe it is.
Yeah.
That was our final boss. And on a high note.
Yeah, no, I think good length for this style, specific style rail shooter.
What, it just stopped, says Quickman. Yeah, you know, get in, get out.
Oh, I like no Nami in the name there.
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
Konami? No, Nami.
Man. The plot lost me at the end is another good comment. Mail City says that Confidential Mission might be a contender for pretty easy light gun games to get into.
Oh, yeah. I gotta try that one.
It's fun. It might be pretty easy, yeah, all things told. That's a lot of actors.
Yeah. Yeah, good on them. I'm trying to think what the easiest rail shooter I've played is.
There are certainly some
ruminate on
contenders. Original Virtual Cop, maybe?
Yeah,
I mean, they give you
probably.
plenty of time per shot, and they like the indicators for when you need to shoot are like pretty spelled out. So, do you think they paid all these actors? Yes, I would believe this would be an era where these people would
Two
have
Steve
paid.
Jacksons. Got both of them. Oh, Jackson and Johnson. There we go.
I don't trust a man who has two first names.
Yeah. Honestly, this is cool to see because this is the era where some arcade game credits would still all be pseudonyms because they were afraid about talent being poached.
The
Or,
Antique
you know,
Village
being too...
in old Tucson
Yeah.
studios. You can always look up these sort of places, filming locations for rail shooters, for all like the American laser game shooters and whatnot. Slime in chat saying, I was thinking during 99% of this game, this has been oddly good about avoiding racism against Native Americans. Well, there was a stagecoach level, too. Don't forget. And because we still have life left over, they'll let you keep playing.
And you saw so little of them, though, that it felt like, you know, for the era, it was like, okay, it's you know, just...
Now, as much as I want to... As much as I'd totally be down to play another set of that, to keep honing my skill, we will move on from that. We will, unfortunately, not be playing the second loop just right now. We will move on to our next game of the night, getting into the Rebellion development segment of the show. Rebellion! Well, this is 2001's Gunfighter: The Legend of Jesse James. I believe this is going to be a historical, like a documentary style of the real life of Jesse James, who was, arguably a gunfighter. He got into a couple shootouts, but a lot of the myth making around Jesse James is that he, was constantly engaging in duels and he was secretly a good guy. No, he's just a crook. He was just like a sort of criminal, robbing banks, doing unsavory stuff. But
I've only seen him in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, so that's my only reference point.
Creative Name 36 says, yeah, Jesse James, he was raising skeletons and shooting fireballs and shit. Oh no, they're talking about the other Jesse James, notorious for his necromancy.
It was the Wild West after all.
So yeah, this is a light gun game rail shooter by way of our friends at Rebellion Developments. Let's look at the back of this box. Why don't we? Let's get a quick synopsis.
Oh, so saddle up for showdown.
This is a European. I mean, Rebellion is a famously European studio, so maybe you should read this one, Johnny, if you can.
It's still justice in the Old West. Gunslinging outlaw Jesse James is laying down the law on a posse of no-good bandits. These thieves have snatched Jesse's sweetheart, Z, and shot dead his partner, Cole. Now it's high time to unshock your six-shooter. That's hard to say. Save Z and send them varmints packing in a pine box. Now, if only I could do a convincing, cowboy gritty voice.
Well, execute a bang-up job, partner. Light gun compatibility with the gun con brings arcade action in the lawless West right into your home. The jig is up. Use tactics, skill, and reflexes via an instinctive duck-and-merge game engine. I wonder what that could mean.
That's a weird way. It's a weird way to put that.
The whole kit and caboodle features a number of great minigames offering constant variety and new challenges.
Including Konami's Kit and Caboodle?
And finally, fast draws and sharp shooting. Experience 5 action-packed Wild West scenarios. Yeah, this was published by Ubisoft, by the way. I should mention it was developed by Rebellion, published by Ubisoft. I don't
like
have
the
high hopes
special
for
controller
this.
indicator. Yeah. I like the special controller indicator was just the serial number for the GunCon 45.
And
they
now,
also showed the GunCon logo, but I just like the idea of how do you know this controller? Oh, you know what model number it is, right?
of course, instinctively, I have to issue the warning that, again, the screen flash filter that I use that is mostly effective, not effective at all against this. There will be screen flashing. What's wild is that this game doesn't flash for every shot. So 95% of the time, there's not screen flashing, except when it decides there's too many enemies on screen and it needs the screen flash to delineate where you're shooting, I guess, or something.
Huh.
It's that Rebellion magic that is absolutely inexplicable.
Yeah.
But
that is weird considering how the GunCon 45 worked.
AAA points out we need a Suzuka patch for this game. Yep. That and the next one, the PS2 one, I think is more in the wheelhouse. The Gunfighter 2 we'll get to.
I'm curious actually if anyone's patched any PS1 like gun flashes out.
It would be immensely helpful if so, but until then, let's get to gunfighting.
Yeah.
We're counting
so
that
also
legend.
worth a note, this is quite a late PS1 game, 2001. Right in my wheelhouse because I got the PS2 quite late.
Wow, talk about frame rate issues right out the gate.
Yeah, the PS2 was out, but some of us were stuck with the old hardware. I didn't have one until 2003 even. Yeah.
Jesse James, a young outlaw on the run.
Look at this guy and his chin.
That's Cole Younger, an outlaw and longtime friend of Jesse James.
That's one of those photos is a real person, and then you pan over to these chuckle fucks.
Zerelda Z, Saloon Girl and Jesse's sweetheart. Saloon Girl seen with outlaws. Yeah, there's a photo of them all together. It's beautiful. Ramon Rojo, a Mexican bandito leader, likes tequila. Of course he does, you fucking hacks.
What does Jesse like to drink, though? That's what I gotta know. Oh, no.
What's the headline on this? Okay, keep zooming out. Badge or no badge, I'm the law in this town. Jack Carson, ex-marshal turned outlaw, gang leader. His power and ruthlessness matched only by the speed of his draw. I'm Headful speculates. Maybe he was hung for liking tequila. Maybe that's...
Zoom enhance. Oh, I like that.
Oh, and I can tell straight away it forgot my configuration. Love it. Yeah, there should be nothing here. This is a one-player game.
Oh, you know what? That opening thing showing Jesse and his best friend made me think there was a two-player mode in this.
Not quite.
Weird.
Okay, hopefully... Let's skip past these. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
There's our calibration. That's how we know that we're in the money.
Yeah, I love the dong.
Yeah, I've heard that about you. I'm so sorry.
No, I can't be mad at that.
Let's turn that vibration off. Reverse duck.
So that's if you prefer to hold the duck or to release the duck. That would be.
I'd imagine. Yeah.
Imagine you had no context and you're just like, what does reversing a duck mean?
So you can see I played the first stage. Arcade play just lets you jump into whatever stage you've already cleared.
Oh, okay.
Got some sub games. Hopefully you'll unlock all of these as we go through the story mode here. But let's begin the story mode. Let's see this Legend of Jesse James play out in cutting edge 3D in full color.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, this is cool. Credit where credit's due. Cool load screen.
Yeah. Loving all the honky-tonk piano, though.
So, partner, where's Z? Upstairs, I reckon.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that
I'm in love.
Also, I swear that second voice was trying to be Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Oh, this is coming back to me. This was the demo.
Edward says, I scanned Jesse James's actual face for this.
Yeah. There's someone actually in the room. He's just shooting.
So guess what? It's a time crisis.
Yeah.
So I have to hold down a button to come out of cover and start shooting. Mexican bandits have gotten away with your girl, Jessie. Oh, no, not your girl. Your girl, Jessie.
That's
wrong.
That's badly written.
Yep. Gotta rescue her before they skin out of here.
I know they put the comma there, but you should have just not put Jessie there.
Here we go.
Or made it like the next line. So yeah, definitely works like Time Crisis.
You may have seen a screen flash there. As mentioned, it's just unavoidable.
Huh.
I apologize again.
Yeah, so I assume you don't have any filter running then.
No,
right
because enabling it, having the screen filter running does like eat into the graphics somewhat. Anytime there's any white on the screen that moves, it'll like replace it with frames of black.
Yeah.
So it's
I wonder how this works then, because like Time Crisis 1 on PlayStation 1 and Project Titan has to flash for every shot.
Where'd these two guys come from?
They're under the bed.
Yeah, this is the thing I don't like about this game. This is rebellion magic in action, which is that, you know, for what they're trying to do here, they're trying to do a time crisis, obviously, in more ways than one.
You can shoot that clock, by the way. Yep.
They're trying to be kinetic, right? They're trying to put you in the boots of Jesse James in this.
Yeah.
But then they always have enemies spontaneously appear in places that they could not possibly appear from.
Yeah.
And that
I'll
just
say
takes you right out
the,
of it.
like, you know, the mid transition stuff, that's very well done. Okay, yeah, that odd flash every so often.
Also, it's real dark in this fucking bar, huh? It's almost like they could only draw so much into the distance. Almost like they had to put a fog of war
There's
in.
that, but also maybe that's how they don't have the flash enabled. Like, it lets... Yeah, I remember this.
Here we go.
But yeah, maybe by making the backgrounds darker, that means they don't have to use the flash as often.
I think it's just a frame rate concession thing. That they wanted to prioritize like a steady frame rate above all else.
It's just my understanding is that I thought the way the Gun Con 45 works on the system, it needed the full white screen to be detected. That's why I'm finding this so fascinating. I'll say definitely looking at it, I think the environments look pretty good, but I definitely think these models, like, they might be higher quality textures, but I
they're
think
very
the
low
way,
poly, yeah.
Yeah, and the art direction makes it like more obvious, whereas Time Crisis 1, the PS1 conversion, is like it's more pixely looking.
No outlaws allowed in this town, except me.
Yeah.
But then round these parts, I am.
It's more stylized, you know.
And I don't like the style. This ain't no Rising Zan, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's I definitely like that chord though.
Oh. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to triple tap these fools.
Yeah. Definitely doing a good job with the music.
Give it up, James. You're gonna swing.
His face is just a rectangle.
Yeah. But yeah, Bobbinating says, like, even by PS1 standards, these models are awful. Doesn't look like a game from 2001. Yeah, it's like they went for environmental detail and then had to do very low models to keep the frame rate stable, because, yeah, you really want a stable frame rate in these.
Yeah, I think the real Jesse James wouldn't have given a fuck about his friend getting kidnapped, honestly. Again, like the romanticization of him and like Wild Bill and the players of the OK Corral and Tombstone and all that stuff. So much of old history, of Wild West history, is just people making up their own myths about themselves.
Oh yeah.
And Jesse James is one of those notorious figures who was just like...
Yeah, I don't know super much, but I know like a lot of cowboy stuff is not well represented, because most cowboys, at least starting out, we're not you know, yeehaw in American white folk.
No, certainly not. Mostly Mexican, as it turns out.
Yeah. And a lot of that history, yeah, isn't well represented in media. Oh, look at that fucking horse!
Good boy.
It's a little better than the horse we saw in Gods and Generals in that old playthrough, but that wooden horse.
If they don't let you do this bit... Okay, good.
I'm gonna quick save. Cole's all trussed up and about to dangle his way to Dead City, Jesse. Shoot the noose and save him. Don't dawdle or you'll be too late. Don't miss neither. Scare the mule and he's worm feed. All right, I wanted to see what happened, now I'm satisfied in having seen what happened.
Yeah. Triple AA in chat has my fault as well. Who's telling Jesse all this? Yeah, who's the voice of God in this? Who also is rooting and tooting. Man, if only Jebediah Sackface could be on stream.
One of these days.
He knows all about these root and tooters.
Can I shoot that tumbleweed?
Well, I'll say
no.
I'll say the hit detection on that guy in the background was quite generous. But honestly, I'll take that.
20
going
whole
back
seconds.
to some of the going back to some of the older ones, the lower resolution of the PS1 actually does make like I wouldn't call it hit detection, but you know, like where you're pointing, there's a bit of approximation that it has to do.
By the way,
okay.
Can I point out that while we're doing these like way over long animations transitioning from cover to cover,
I was about
the
to
clock
complain
is
about
still ticking.
Oh, well, that's Time Crisis 1 does that as well.
Yes, but Time Crisis is very quick. You move in that game.
Yeah.
Like a brain tablet. You're sure as shooting
What?
going down.
That one's new on me. That's new slang to me. I've not heard brain tablet before. I'm sure it's like some snake oil type shit.
I am going to say, though, I do think some of the cover animations are a bit extra. That one where you would swing in almost like 180 degrees. It's like, yeah, it's realistic because it's low cover, but it's very, very jarring. Oh! Oh, this is funny.
Oh, this is awful.
It's, yeah.
You basically aim left or right, and then it will adjust to wherever it needs to be.
What happens if you hold... Oh, well, never mind. I was going to say what happens if you just, like, hold the trigger there.
I was doing that. I was, like, clicking and then holding
okay.
for all that.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
You know, like, I both appreciate they went for it and think it was a bad idea they went for it.
Also, something I'm noticing, we have the little cylinder. Oh, I guess that was a, you want to talk about not being able to tell who was a good guy and a bad guy, who's a civilian and who's a...
I think it's more the animation you have to pay attention to because he had his arms up.
K Moody asking, machine guns in the Old West? Yeah, there were Gatling guns.
Yeah, yeah.
Gatling guns are real.
Gonna make you bleed in the dirt like I did your friend there.
His gun is very thin, by the way. Dun dun. Whoever did the music for this
Box, James.
is really nailing it, though.
Well, that was easy. Ready for tragedy?
Get out of here, Cole. Can you walk? Can't ride with you no more, Jesse. A man gets shot like this, it's adios.
He shot me in the toe, Jesse. My big toe.
The old gold mine. Hurry.
Yeah, we don't know how to treat wounds yet. Sorry, bud.
K Moody says, they tied my shoes together, Jesse. I ain't going nowhere. It's adios for me. Yeah, this game is, I have some thoughts already on it. This is my first playthrough of it.
Yeah, there's parts of it I like, but it is a bit sloppy.
A bit?
Listen.
Cool load screen though. I gotta hand it to them. Cool load screen. Now, I do have a problem. I was gonna point out the little icon in the bottom right that shows you the cylinder and how many bullets are in it.
Yeah. Oh,
There is an issue with it. I'll have to show it on screen so that you know what.
Yeah.
All right. Cole reckoned those Mexicans have Z holed up and that they're mine. Gotta get in there quick before something nasty happens to the girl. Okay.
Oh, you nasty.
So you see the cylinder here. What's wrong with it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so this is these are primers. These are not the bullets. These are not like this. We're using a single action army clearly, and this would have been like you are manually charging, putting the black powder in, or putting the bullets in one by one, and then you put the primer in the back. You put the striker here. It's the last step you do. So these aren't like bullets that self-fire. these aren't just like, you know, the bullets as we know them today that come like, you know, like they're fully cased, have the black powder in, and then have like the primer like in the back, and they just come like fully assembled, right? This would be a process of reloading your gun with this kind of fire, with this kind of bullet, with this kind of cylinder, where you'd have to load in, you'd have to do like the fucking like take like your bottle of black powder, pour it into the cylinder, and then do all that shit basically. Now, there is a school of thought. There is like, you know, you've seen this you can see this in movies where people will swap cylinders. They'll just have a bunch of cylinders like fully loaded, and they'll swap like the cylinders out on the fly in their revolver. But I'm not buying that for this. I'm not buying that one bit. At this point, just fake it. This game is already stylized. Just know that, like, put bigger bullets in so that it's clear that this is a case of like fully. Whatever. That's
what's
no one
the thing
cares
that
except for me.
Because the other way I've seen revolvers loaded, where they have a thing that's holding all 6 bullets, so they're not replacing the chamber, but they're pushing something in.
Those would be quick loaders, and that wouldn't work on a single action army because you can't just like you can't spin the cylinder out on it. On a single action army, you basically pull away a tab that shows you, like you can see a bullet at a time. You can manually ejector rod the shell, the casing out. Yeah.
No, as chat is correct. Yeah, not seen a gun. Legit, my my only familiarity with a chamber-loaded weapon is some Nerf guns I have downstairs. You can spin the chamber though, and it's real fun. Works just as good on a Nerf gun.
20-second cutscene there. That was 20 seconds, and time was ticking down the whole while.
Yeah, I feel like in Time Crisis 1, you only get those in... There's a couple of situations where, like, if you're not quick enough, it gives you longer cutscenes as punishment. But yeah, if the transitions, like... What those would be in Time Crisis 1 is that would be after they show you the score, and then they kind of move you a bit and then start the timer, and that's what they should have more done. But I guess they're doing, like, the full stage timer. That's why it's, like, 5 minutes. Instead of, like, the checkpoints that...
At this point, just don't have a timer.
One did.
At this point, just don't have a fucking timer in the game. Don't pretend like this is Time Crisis and we're up against the clock.
I mean, I get it, because, like, any game I play where the timer ticks down in cutscenes annoys me, even though I know everyone, whoever plays it, is going to have that time tick down in the cutscenes. But, it, you know, it still annoys me.
I think this is just Rebellion copying the homework of Namco with Time Crisis and not, you know, understanding why they would put a timer in. Not understanding the time portion of Time Crisis and how that works in the context of an arcade game and not in the context of this strictly home console game. It's very much monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, because even the PlayStation 1 exclusive Time Crisis 1 sequel...
They're not letting me hit that continue... There we go. I swear I shot that 7 times. Same way. Better give me more health. I'm also just not loving, like... Oh, you go ahead.
I don't know how I feel about that high pitch Ariba we got from that one guy. Well, I like that.
There's some extra life for me. I'm not loving any of these enemy spawns. I have a lot of issue with like where enemies are coming from and how like illogical it is. And what it speaks to is just a clumsiness on Rebellion's part, like a failure to understand like the intuitive nature of this kind of design.
Yeah. I'll say this screen in particular is pretty lazy. It's just the 2 spawn points.
Hey, there he is!
Yeah, like these guys are... They are almost pushing like Speedy Gonzales style voices.
Yeah, keep looking around. It's not like we're on a timer or anything, you fucking asshole, Jesse. Jesus. Another 20-second cutscene, huh?
I do like that texture of a rock slide that happened.
I'm on the prod now.
Ruh-oh. Retry. I guess this is the mid-level checkpoint? Or is
Yeah,
this
okay, yes.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
God for small miracles.
So yeah, that is like PlayStation 1, Time Crisis 1.
We do have an important question from Jodariel in chat, by the way, that I think you are uniquely qualified to answer, Johnny.
Oh yeah, so what would your outlaw nicknames a la Billy the Kid and Sundance?
You gave us cowpoke names. You gave me and Sharky names in your debut back in the old Enter the Matrix stream. I know it's Sharky Von Malibu was their nickname.
Yeah, Sharky Von Malibu. You were Cassidy the Kid. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're 2Ds actually.
Die,
So now we just need your name. Now we just need.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
Hey, hombre, you looking for something? I'm gonna spread you out like a skin coyote. Then buy me a case of tequila and a dozen whores with the price on your head.
I don't know what you meant by I'm going to spread you out. I don't think that means what you think it means, guy.
Oh, well. I blew it. Luckily, continues from right here.
For something?
Alright, skip that racist shit. Oh, well, skip that sequence.
Hey, gringo, you dirty son of a bush pig.
Go.
I like that really quiet. Go. You had at the start there.
Wait, he's out of health. Why was he still shooting?
Well,
bad
you know,
scripting.
it's
Bad scripting.
no, it's dead man's trigger. You know, when you die, your hand cramps and shoots.
She's not here, gringo. Where? She's got an appointment with the 2 o'clock train.
Now he's going to tell us his backstory about his tragic upbringing. Oh, never mind.
Not that kind of game. Rebellion ain't known for their nuance, let's say. Look, that was the second off of best time. That's gonna cost me.
I'll say then, fairer times than Time Crisis 1, because to beat the par times, you have to perfect that game.
You also need to know just like the shortcuts generally.
Yeah.
Like what you can shoot on the screen to blow everything up. Now, how do you feel about Jesse James's girlfriend being a goth baddie in this?
Finally. Honestly, not as many video game goth baddies as you think. More
you would hope
bagheads
for.
than goths, funny enough.
It's fast approaching too, and that train's dead on time. You gotta get aboard and stop it dead. Else it's Z you'll be sorrowing after.
Well, you know, say what you want about Rebellion, but at least the trains run on time.
Shut the fuck up. Gotta have a train level.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, that
Huh? What?
Kill that tenderfoot son of a bitch.
they were trying for something there that looked real goofy.
Yeah, whatever they tried didn't fucking work. I think there was like a wagon they stepped off of,
Yes.
but that
Yeah,
doesn't make any.
but
It doesn't. The physics of that
Yeah.
don't.
It got very Wavy Tube Man Chronicles like parody of like this is a Western movie with like a budget issue is now the vibe I'm getting from this, as opposed to like a it's a meta story.
And now I'm being asked in chat, do I remember who made the trains runtime? Yes, I know it's Mussolini now. I learned my lesson. What episode was that where I tried to...
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rogue Warrior. It was Rogue Warrior where I
yeah.
fucked that up initially.
Oh, hey,
And
Rebellion
Charky
Connection.
called me
Also-
out on it mid-episode, and...
Also, to be clear, by the way, Mussolini did not make the trains
No, of
run
course
on time.
not, yes.
That's a complete lie.
Yeah, we get into it. Watch our Rogue Warrior playthrough, folks, for the origin of that inside joke. There's another Western game that's not a light gun game. It's a first-person shooter I think it's like a ValueSoft game or a Jarhead Games game that is like a Western game that opens with the train level. That's really bad. Something to feature on the show one of these days.
Here we go.
Maybe not this program because it's not like Gun Game, but
Yeah, I really see what you mean about the enemy spawns there. That was really egregious because there was 2. You went in cover and then there was just 4 of them.
And this is a shitty angle to have to hit that guy at.
Yeah. It's a shame because there is some parts of this I like.
I mean, the fact that it's Western, that's about it. It's botched basically everything else as far as like rail shooter fundamentals.
You know, it's also how it's doing it, the Western stuff. Because I feel like I've seen just in video games, you know, like worse takes on Western.
Saying you could always do worse is not necessarily like, you know.
Oh, sure.
Here we go.
Fuck off. Like, I can tell who's fucking who in this game.
I like the screaming though. The actor did a good job there. Wait.
Oh, I'm waiting. Got nothing to do but wait.
I do like the animation though. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Here we go.
At least I'll say I haven't recognized any of the screams. There's very specific stock screams that we use a lot in this era. You hear them in Metal Slug, for example.
Bush's baked beans.
Swap some lead.
You're gonna land in a shallow grave, James.
The close-up on that fucking back. Hold on. That's just straight up the bushes. You can't do that. That's
Hey,
you can't.
they might be an official sponsor. You don't know.
What the fuck? That's some of the most egregious fucking shit I've seen in this game.
That's a spicy meatball.
Get that golden retriever on the horn. Can't believe the game gave the secret to fucking Rebellion of all people.
Yeah, they were real proud of like, oh, we can do camera work that looks like it's you walk in.
Now, not to go on a tangent.
Oh yeah.
When have I ever gone
okay.
on a tangent? I know, but
Go ahead. Yeah.
American baked beans. We use a little thing called molasses, and as I'm to understand it, your beans in the UK are in a tomato puree.
Yeah.
Your baked beans ain't fucking baked beans.
Oh, you know, I'm not a fan.
There's regional differences. You know, I'm not one to be like oh the UK, oh the British people, you know, blah, blah, blah. But like y'all fucked up baked beans. I have to ding you on that one.
Oh no, legit. The only time I've enjoyed eating baked beans is I had a HelloFresh recipe where you make them American style, like with barbecue sauce.
Gonna blow out your lamp, James.
That said, full English breakfast, banger. Not to be confused with bangers and mash, but
Yeah.
Reload.
Gonna open up your meat bag, boy.
I don't like that at all. Between the I'm
There's
gonna
a lot-
spread you wide, boy, and your meat bag, and very sexual. This is like Jesse James gone sexual. This game.
We're gonna get to the final boss, and it's just gonna be I'm gonna bend you over and whoa.
And just comes to a complete abrupt stop. Oh, isn't that fucking convenient?
Oh, Jeff,
Well, you gotta.
I thought I was surely gonna die. Are you leaving love me already?
Gonna give Carson the fight of his miserable two-bit stinking life.
Oh, Jesse, Carson's leaving town at dawn to take care of some business with Governor Jackson. Well, I heard tell there's an army coming this way intent on stamping out all outlaws in the county, and it's got Carson worried. You better hurry. You'll be back?
Reckon so.
Cool.
Yeah, no, legit, these might be some of the worst, like, PS2 models.
I can't believe you'd say that about your ideal woman.
Well, no, they've done her dirty, and they made her. Like, how does that work? Hey, you beat the best time, though.
I set the records.
Magic Mouse, no, this is a PlayStation 1 game that came out in 2001. There will be a PS2 game soon, though.
Yeah, next game.
So grab a hold of your horse, as they say.
Cool combat roll. No one's around. Cool combat roll for the benefit of no one.
Oh,
Z has it that Carson's skedaddling at dawn, but he's probably still holed up at his place at the other end of town. Get to him before he gets away. Get yourself some baked beans in your stomach.
Skedaddling. Yeah, it's close enough to Time Crisis 1. I probably would have got a lot out of this as a kid when I was still stuck with the PlayStation 1 in 2001. But yeah, once you... Whoa! That guy was cool. It's a shirtless guy who's going to punch you. But yeah, when you pointed out, like the enemies kind of just funnel in a very lazy way, it's like, oh yeah, they really do.
Again, hack developers. Rebellion, we're bad at this.
Here we go.
It's almost as if everything Rebellion developments touch turned to shit.
Yeah, it's like when I think of the way the enemies spawn here, I think of the more like the sprite-based 2D ones, like Elite Wind Forces, where that's more the gimmick. But it's weird as well, because I feel like the environments are very well rendered.
Rebellion is just one of those developers where it's so easy to hate on them because they were so bad. Because so many of their games were so awful.
Yeah.
Because you can just like point and be like, they did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong.
Yeah. And I still want to know how this game doesn't have flashing for every shot. Because I feel like that, again, I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know any other PlayStation 1 like gun game that works that way.
Let's see where they checkpoint me.
Wordito in chat. I'm going to mention this because I think I'll get to you specifically. I know Rebellion from Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, they started shit and they stayed shit. Yeah. To be clear, they made the Jaguar Alien vs. Predator. They got the franchise kicked off with a awful 2.5D FPS with some of the worst level design, most monotonous maze-like bullshit, and in uneven play modes of all time. Then they made it, remade it, Alien vs. Predator Classic, as they call it. That's the PC one, which is at least like, you know, benefits of like real 3D. Almost plays like a real game. Keyword almost. And then Monolith makes Alien vs. Predator 2, the only good entry in that entire franchise. And then all-timer bad game.
That's the one I've heard is legit, yeah.
Yeah. Then all-timer bad game AVP 2010, where Rebellion got hands on it again and only made like the Shell Shock 2 of the Alien vs. Predator franchise.
Here we go.
Here we go, killing again. What was that voice?
Also, like,
I
know
like
I shouldn't
the
need
shirtless buff man who just wants to punch you.
I shouldn't need like on-screen indicators for when people are gonna hit me, but I need them for this game because when you're gonna put like 3 or 4 enemies on screen at a time, you want to have some indication of who you need to shoot first, right? And you get nothing here. It's pure guesswork. I could be like working my way from left to right, and just like I can choose wrong, and there's like no
Here we go.
There's no indication, and it's just like another like thing they failed to pick up on. Like Time Crisis has color-coded enemies.
Yes. That's the thing. It might be enemy types, but obviously because you don't have that immediate color recognition, you would probably have to read the manual, I bet, to figure out, okay, which are the inaccurate grunts and which are the ones that always hit you when they take their first shot.
Oh no, not this again.
Again, this is bad, but it's bad in a way I can appreciate. Like, again, they should have done it, but I love they did, just because it's great to see something this weird in a game.
And you can't take cover here, by the way, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, so I'm literally just aiming to the left or right, and that will drag the gun across the screen as I hold down the trigger. Just to explain how that works.
Yeah. I mean, I get why they probably just didn't give you, like, auto-fire there, because it probably would have had to have flashed in a really rapid way. Yeah!
Here we go.
What is that voice of going, here we go?
I think that's Jesse.
Very
I think that's meant to be Jesse.
But it sounds different from his, like, typically gravelly kind of...
From his shitty Clint Eastwood impression, yeah.
it gets very Ned Flanders.
Here we go.
Owies. Look, I think there's health to the right. Maybe not.
Okay, yeah, I swear the two people in the balcony literally came out of nowhere.
They came from the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yep. I was saying that they came from left-hand side of the screen, and they expect you to be, like, ducked when that happened or something, but why would I make excuses for these guys?
Oh, that guy's curving his bullets, too. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting more the impression that that first part that would have been the demo was, like, really polished compared to the rest of the game. Because, yeah, I feel like the issues are getting more apparent in these later chapters. Is it Johnny Carson?
You're gonna wear a wooden overcoat.
That's not fashionable at all.
It's also funny. Yeah, these are very...
Yeah, put him in this top section of the screen where he's next to the health bar, where, like, put him, like, use the health bar as cover for the boss. Great fucking design, assholes.
Very PG, like, insults. Like, no one can cuss.
At the same time, talking about, like you know, my meat bag and whatnot, and so it's...
Yeah. Again, it really... I just have to imagine they just didn't know what they were saying.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, did someone say son of a bitch in the last... Okay, I missed that. I was too distracted by spreading them out in their meat bags and all that.
This is a ridiculous fight.
I wonder if those guys with the kind of like reddish coats are meant to be the red enemies. I'm gonna like pay attention and see. Oh, never mind, you shot him.
You're running out of places to hide, boy.
Who said I'm hiding? I should have hid.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's a mid-mission checkpoint there. Yes, it is.
You're running out of
Mid-fight
I'll
checkpoint.
give him that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Almost like they knew this is a load of fucking barnacles.
I don't know if you saw, that guy flew off to the right when you shot him. Yeah, even without the hit indication stuff in Time Crisis 1 is very vague. It is just the bullet is like flashes red. It's very hard to notice, but I think it is still easier than this.
Even like the death animation, the way the camera operates in like that 2-second span, I don't like. I could just like nitpick this game. I don't even have to, because like the core of it is awful. It's already like fucked up like the fundamentals, but I can just like continue to be like, well, they fucked this up too. It's...
Oh, they said it. They said action.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, how many continues do I have? 3. I'm gonna quick save here to be safe,
Yeah.
because I would like to finish this game.
I'm glad there's a decent amount of credits as well. I think people were a bit overly harsh on Time Crisis Project Titan. It very much got reviewed comparing it to Time Crisis 2 Arcade. It's like, well, it's never gonna, you know, stand up to that. It's a PlayStation 1 game.
We ran out of music, by the way.
Oh, weird. But it is a very hard game, and there's like very limited credits, and there's nothing you can really do about it outside of cheating. Beans.
Can't handle that tenderfoot son of a bitch. Guess I'll have to do it myself. James, we'll settle this man to man. Your speed and irons against mine. Clock strikes sunup, we draw. I wouldn't give a bucket of mule dung for your future.
All right.
All right, we're gonna do this as a proper duel, or is there one more stage? Either way, this has got to be close to the end.
Hey, Moody85 says, oh, you could kill him now. But the honor system, the West, the cowboy code of honor.
That Jesse James absolutely would have abided by, yeah.
Oh, God, they're trying, but these animations are so janky.
Tell me this is just a cutscene. It would be so funny if this is just a cutscene.
I mean, they had the rope shoot be gameplay, so I feel like this is going to be gameplay.
Maybe don't zoom in so close on these faces, I don't know. Okay, thank God. Showdown. In the duel with Carson, both men will draw as the clock strikes the hour. Keep your gun pointed away from the screen until you hear the clock strike.
Yeah, hopefully this...
Don't point that red chucker at me till the signal, boy! Do it again, and I'll shoot you down like a mongrel dog.
I have my mouse outside the window.
Yeah.
Oops.
Damn. That was fast.
Hell yeah.
Tell me the game
Legends.
ends. Tell me I don't get to continue. Aw.
Freeze frame and we're out.
Alright, let's try that again. Mouse outside the window.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's see, AAA. Yes, the gun, it can tell when the gun can't point at a screen.
Don't point that lead chucker.
I have to
still
click
want to know
into the
how this
window
game
to pull the trigger to advance
knows.
that dialogue.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, nice. Send a shot too.
This ain't no fast draw showdown from American Laser Games, I'll tell you what. That's
Oh, look at this dirty. Oh. Yeah, that's what you get.
You have a nice day.
Well, that was a game, all right. Oh, Jason Kingsley directly... I guess this would have been the era where they were still, like, yeah, actively involved in the game to some extent, rather than just phoning it in and producing. The brothers
even
Kingsley.
have it. Look, Dave the Kid's on it.
Long-lost descendant of, yeah, Billy the Kid. Doing right by his ancestry here. Yeah, this was bad. This was not a good game.
David Kidd is all over this. Andrew Wildman? Okay, some of these are fake names.
Wild at Heart.
Nick Sweetman? Nadia Coughlin? Come on. You can't
Nimrod
put me- Nimrod
Productions.
Productions. Honestly, the music.
Nincompoop
Productions,
Studios
you did good.
presents.
I heard the sound redeem Magic Meows. So I assume it. If I heard it, then y'all must have heard it.
Say something nice about it. It's nice to have a rail shooter set in the Wild West. I wish it was better. Cole, JT, and all the boys at Laredo. This should have been a slam dunk, and leave it to Rebellion to spike it directly into the ground, 2 feet in front of them. Oh, yes, Gilma.
Of course. Yep.
Himself another credit. Yeah, it's a perfect case study in taking what should be a basic most genre, right? You know, the old joke is that the rail shooter is like one of the easiest genres to design for. It's so, like, you know, simplistic, so basic. And yet, count the ways in which Rebellion can get it wrong.
Yeah. It is a kind of a shame, because I feel like that first level that would have been what they turned into the demo is that, like, it's more tight there, it more fits the way Time Crisis does spawns and enemy placement and things, and then it just, after that, it just kind of fell off a cliff for me. I still think the music's good. The graphics is a weird thing, 'cause it's like the environments look good, but the enemies look so bad that I don't give much credit. I'd rather it just all consistently match. You know, do something more stylized like Time Crisis 1. That would have had, like, lower resolution, like, models and text for the environment, but still looked better.
Ran out of music again, by the way.
Around the world.
Again, they ran out of music for this, for the credits.
Weird, because it looped earlier.
Magic Meow says, Cass, you've been such a storied Rebellion hater that I really do hope someone at the studio is aware of you. I know one. The one who gave me the inside scoop on the Rogue Warrior first draft script tidbits. Ooh. So I at least got one who had dished.
Yeah.
Who was willing to dish on that, so. How much is my bounty worth? $91,000. And, you know, in modern money, that'd be a lot. And, you know, we do have the bonus games. Okay. A, B, select, trigger, action. Horrible. It makes it, try
That's
reading
a weird
that.
way of doing it,
yeah.
But also that they're not just going to put letters on screen to shoot.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Ooh, we couldn't quite beat Mike's score. Lord Rancid.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, also, before I forget.
Woo.
Did I forget to your winner, Lethal Enforcers 2 earlier?
I think so. Hey!
I deserve it. It's... Okay, let's see the sub-games. Cowboy Carnage, Bottle Blast, Target Takedown, Rolling Rampage, The Showdown. I do like the alliteration. Say something nice. Alliteration is fun. Joe Real said, what about for Gunfight? Oh, yeah, I should have played the... Good call. Take out all the cowboys in the time given. I wonder if I have to worry about, like, cover mechanics.
Oh, hell
in this.
yeah. No. It's one of these.
Oh, I clicked outside the window like an idiot.
Yeah. Also, you have to be real quick for some of these.
Oh, there's no reloading at all in this. Oh, come on. I don't think you're actually meant to hit everything and everything here. I think this is just, you know...
It'd be funny if it was technically possible, though.
If at the end it just says, failed, like in the House of the Dead 2 or training mode.
I mean, the goal said to shoot all of them.
Huh? Good shooting.
Good shooting.
I met the challenge.
You met English Rob's Funfair Challenge. Remember from the high school? English Rob strikes again.
No, I will not retry. I will move on to the next sub-game.
Yeah. Kind of hoping there was multiple levels of that, but... You know, got more sub-games.
Well, I specifically said no retry.
Let's do it again.
All right, how do I exit out of this? Start?
No, you've only got A and B, so... The Gun Con 45 only had A and B.
Right. All right, Bottle Blast. Is going to be in a saloon where I have to shoot all the bottles, or is it going to be a tossing it up into the air and I have to hit them? Those are the two types of Bottle Blast. Poison bottles. And it's just this shit again? Is all this shit going to be on the... Okay, no, thank God. Slightly different.
Oh, this is very... It's basically that Lethal Enforcers bit. Even has the glass sliding across the counter.
I correctly flagged which ones were the poison bottles. Because I'm just that damn good.
Yeah, I guess English Rob is the one running all these hootenanny games.
Konami should have sued for that, honestly. It's... Now, I know for a fact that B is this button I'm about to press. Right? Fast forward. I guess, okay, I guess I'll press the wrong button then.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see. Oh, please. Yes!
For fuck's sake! Controls.
Yeah, let's just,
Port 1 controls.
Doubly sure.
Input. Where are my mouse buttons? A, B, C.
Yeah.
I can assure you I am pressing the correct fucking button here. As indicated by the fact that when I was on the name select, A and B were working to cycle forwards and backwards. Yeah. So what fucking gives? I'm just gonna let the time run out.
There you go.
Oh. And also, you know, B button doesn't work on this. B button does not work on this menu either. Weirdly enough.
Weird.
I mean, this is probably an emulation thing. This is probably emulation and not the actual game at fault, but...
Yeah. Though, if it is the actual game at fault, also let us know. Because I'd be fascinated to know if they fucked that up.
If I have to see that fucking caravan, if I have to see this covered wagon...
Yeah! It's English Rob's caravan.
I'm getting real sick of this English Rob fella. Oh, that's one whiffed. Ooh, I like modes like this. I like limited ammo. Where every shot really counts and makes you think twice about lining up your shot and whatnot. Ooh, brutal. Oh, I tried to predict where that would come out.
Yeah,
oh, is this the
like
last target?
Variety.
Yep, okay.
I like there's a variety here, but I do kind of wish it was like there were multi-levels of each one.
Yep, I wish there was more to this.
Yeah, maybe there's some amount of randomization with the patterns. But, you know.
As it stands, this has been effectively the same minigame presented 4 different ways.
Yeah, well, we all could tell like they're send-ups to, you know, older mechanical or just older rail shooters in general, like that bottle one.
Oh, okay. So what is this graphic? It's okay. It's a covered wagon. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and they at least made it a different size, so it's very obvious. You know.
I ran out of time. That's okay. I failed to meet his challenge. That's okay. Whatever gets this done that much faster. The showdown. I wonder if this is going to be the last, this is going to be the duel from the end of the game. Yep. Because I knew this was the most, like, cool thing they did in the course of the game. Think I can get it in one?
You did do really good that second try. So
He's going to chide me at the top of it. I have to press the trigger to advance it because of the way this works. I can't necessarily shoot off screen. Yeah, so he's going to...
Oh, no, you were quick. You did it.
Oh!
That was really close, though.
That was...
Yeah, I was just a little off. Let me...
Would going from the bottom up be easier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nut shot. Again, American Laser Games put out a cabinet called Fast Draw Showdown that is all about that if you aim the gun at the screen too soon, they give you a foul. It's all just a series of quick draw duels.
You have a nice day.
With very gimmicky, like, one-note characters who show up for it, which are super fun. It might be the best American Laser Games game. Oh my god, tell me they're gonna roll the credits again over this, even though we just picked this from a sub-games menu. Fuck off! Okay, at least I can skip it by shooting.
So yeah, it's weird to put that under sub-games. I get why you wouldn't put it in arcade play, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rebellion done did it again. And you know what? Rebellion done did it again. 2 years later. With Gunfighter 2, The Revenge of Jesse James. Developed by Rebellion. Again, published by Ubisoft. This one did not come out in North America. This one is a European release. Y'all can keep it. Fuck. Let's look at the back of the box, why don't we? Live the Wild West as the legendary outlaw, Jesse James. He is mad and bad and searching for his double-crossing partner who stole his gold and kidnapped his sweetheart Z. Again, this lady. It is time for Jesse to unleash his six-shooter, save his woman, and send that crook packing in a pine box. Become absorbed in a great spaghetti western movie atmosphere. In quotation marks, capitalized. Perfect your duck and emerge moves. Play in various modes and use authentic weapons. Benefit from huge replay value and rewards. Minigames, multiple routes, destructible and interactive items. Player alone or with a friend in cooperative mode. So they finally figured out the two-player. They finally cracked the code on that for this one. They're claiming multiple routes through here.
Yeah, the town big upgrades.
So maybe, just maybe, this will be an improvement on that piece of garbage we just played. You know, the upgrade to the PS2. Maybe it was just the hardware holding them back. And again, continued warning continues to be in effect that screen flash filter does not work for this. It just doesn't work for it. I tried changing the timing on it. I think there's like some frame blending technique on it that they use for the screen flash that just makes it so that my filter does not play nice. Hey, look, that's us. That's the two of us right there.
Now kiss. Ah.
So, there was this gold destined for Fort Knox. Never made it. Stolen from right under the government's nose by renegade soldiers led by General Deadeye Jameson.
I prefer Deadeye Jim. He's got his own PS1 game. It's pretty cool.
Sheriff of Dead Crow Gulch who told him to store it in his bank. So, Jesse decided to fix this injustice and went down with his girl Z and Bob Younger. Blame.
Yeah, I bet he went down with his girl C.
Even though Jesse done his darndest to save the
Rebellion, hornier devs than I expected.
You reckon he
These weird innuendos.
So, he took him along. Big mistake, as it turns out.
Great, that's all you need. That's sufficient, isn't it?
Oh, 2003, okay.
All right, there we go. There has been some asking. I do want to give some more thoughts, but we're going to save it for the end of the show. If you can stick till the end of the show, we'll go over like what was really wrong with that game, because I understand that the nuances of rail shooters might be a bit harder to pick up on, especially when you're not the one playing and whatnot. We got story, we got arcade mode, we got our options.
Yep.
Not many. Cheats.
Oh, you know, I'll double check, see if there's any.
There is like unlock all. I'm just wondering how you would even enter it. How would one go about typing in?
Let me see.
Well, whatever. I don't actually need a sheet here.
Yeah, you put letters in, so I'm not sure how.
And we have, again, the assortment of minigames will surely unlock, but let's do the story.
Yeah.
Difficulty. Horseshoe. 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 What is this? Choose difficulty mode by selecting a spur. Bronze, normal, silver. So we'd have to unlock these.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I've only loaded this one up very briefly, just to test it with my Sindom, but I did not get very far. Just
Select weapon.
Make sure it worked. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so there's a shotgun, but apparently we'd have to unlock that or otherwise. Now, they're not giving us much for our first playthrough.
Yeah, this is doing the gray flashing, which, like, the Namco would use on the PlayStation 2. I'm kind of noticing what you mean, because it doesn't look like it's flashing just a whole screen. It looks like you're getting, like, it moves up. Maybe it's the way the interlacing works on emulator might be the problem.
Not bad for a day's work.
Boy, the sheriff's gonna be mad. You know, Z, I've been thinking. After this, we should take a trip. Somewhere up north. Z?
Jesse, you took my brother, so now I'm taking your gold and your girl. Now drive, Z.
Jesse!
Yeah!
Hey, cool flip.
Yep, very similar to the first game already.
Yep.
Holding a button to go in and out of cover. Is this the same music?
Yes, there is shared
Jesse
music
James.
in this. I noticed it. Oh, that part is like almost directly taken from Time Crisis 1, where you go through a corridor and then people start shooting from behind.
At least it gives you a sense of like spatial awareness that was sorely lacking from the first game. That is like the big complaint with my biggest complaint with that first game is just the complete lack of spatial sensibility of the enemies emerging from nothing. When you look away, when you blink, and they disappear.
Yeah. Now this is a thing I noticed when I briefly messed with this. It's like first level, first section, and you're dealing with these bars that get in the way. And it's like that's a pretty rough obstacle for like the start of the game. To have to worry about shooting through like slits and stuff.
Yeah, it's brutal in this. It is absolutely brutal, the amount of like obstruction getting in the way of my shots.
Yeah. All the little... Oh, hell yeah, that guy jumped from the roof.
Oh, what? I guess I got dynamite thrown
something,
at me. Yeah. Tricky shot there.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a better job of where enemies are coming from.
Just walked right in front of that guy. to get to this spot.
Hell yeah. I'll say, though, these animations are pretty rough for 2003.
Yeah. The other game looked pretty bad, but it was at least stylized. This is bad generic.
Yeah.
I will say they at least show, like, did you see that the guy who shot me, he had like a flash in front of him when he was shooting me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention a bit more.
I have not seen a health pickup yet.
Yeah, Magic Mouse says it looks like they might have reused a lot of animations and they don't want the high fidelity. It does look like that.
I'm a farm boy.
Like, I think more so than even the first. Whoa!
It's Anne from Trespasser Jurassic Park. There's her tattoo. That's where you can see her health. And
oh, full health as well. Good.
Wow.
But yeah, I do get a little bit of vibe that these were more maybe like budgety games from them, but I get like a lower, you know, like this would have been a budget range game more so than the first one even. I guess the budget aspect of the first one was it coming on the PS1 that late. Okay, this is a new song.
Reload.
That reload voiceover is
Reload.
Who's saying that, you think?
Oh, we got some blood mist as well.
Oh yes, here we go. Shootout while just unaffected, unbothered by the shooting.
Oh,
no,
they ran off. Not professionals.
I do like that there's more shit to shoot in the environment. I don't love that there's like nothing you're getting for it.
Well, it seems to be money. Maybe that's tied to like how you get unlocks all the different routes. Yeah, the punchy guy came back.
Some of these enemies, their pathfinding is a little broken. Like, one guy was, like, running towards the center, then he, like, turned around for a few frames to run backwards into place, and then turned around again, if you noticed that. Ow.
Yeah! Pops you one. Danger, highly flammable. Hey, that's cool. It worked.
Yeah, that's like the TNT boxes in the first game, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's not what I was expecting, but yeah, it's like their guns glow when the shot's gonna hit you. So you have to watch, not the bullet, you have to watch the gun.
Well, it's got your name on it.
Which, that's not quite up to what Time Crisis 2 onwards was doing, where the bullet looks different, which means you can do like real late dodges if you're really good with your reactions.
Jump up, boy. I'll get you out of here. Never did hold with them hooligans.
You're dead meat, boy.
Tell us we have a boss fight. Tell us there's like gonna be wagon versus wagon here. That would be a fun set piece to do. But it'd be tricky because every other level, every other, like, you know.
Look at that dollar amount and look at what name they gave you for it. Farm boy.
$506,000 farm boy.
Yeah, only $500,000.
I'm gonna bet there's not a stage where wagon chase. So are they gonna do it? The first game was really bad about this like static stages, about like, you know, shooting it out and nothing dynamic happening. The train stage was the closest, but that was all interiors. You didn't really see the train moving, so.
Yeah. AAA points out that Endgame did the Time Crisis 2 danger flashes. Yeah, it's even though obviously it's rendered in a PS2 style, this does feel like it's built somewhat on the assets of the first game. You know.
By the way, the cover in this sometimes doesn't look like cover. This is cover. This is not.
Oh, that's a bit rough. Like, granted, if you're actually playing this, you know when you're holding the button, so you can gauge it that way, but still. Just like, yeah, just bullshit it and have, like, it... Have you just be in the wagon part?
How did he hit me? Oh, I see scenery. Okay, they want me to duck to dodge like cacti and stuff. Got it.
Or you have to shoot it, maybe. Oh.
That must have been one of those split routes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, will I continue from... No.
Well, maybe.
At least I figured this out.
Yeah, they just...
Okay.
Yeah, they reset your score when you... Yeah.
That's fine. I'll live.
Reload.
How did he get on? Was he just sitting there the entire time? Maybe they shouldn't have taken cover behind that dynamite. If I were them, I would have chosen a different spot to, like, hold up.
I have to reference what I'm thinking. In Wayne Radio TV's Long Away follow-up to Half-Life, but the AI Self-Aware, they address that. Enemies do that to test to see your, like, the judge of your character. If you'll willingly blow people up or not, if they put themselves in danger. So you're clearly a sick individual that you took the opportunity to use the barrels.
Sheriff and Stagecoach.
Empty. I like that voice. It goes, empty.
Is anything going to happen here?
I think you're shooting...
Come on. Come the fuck on.
Especially when that guy's head was just in the way. Yeah, it's weird. This somehow feels more budgety.
Yeah, this feels like a
you know,
mid-2000s value soft game. Extra permanent credit unlocked. Okay.
Probably for the continue, because that's how Time Crisis 2 and 3 kind of did it.
The Riverside Roundup. This is, like, better than the previous game, but also is, like, showing its age more somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah, because it's on a PlayStation 2, it's more, you know, it's not scaled up in the way that most PS2 games were scaled up from the PS1, so that's why it feels more budgety, even though it is obviously more technically capable than that first game.
To let life get the better of it. He wanted Z back, and he knew exactly where he'd find Bob Younger.
Oh, don't zoom in so close. Man's gotta know his limitations, to quote Clint Eastwood. In a not Western movie, that's actually a Dirty Harry quote, but, you know, still apropos. I do like that you do get points for the follow-up shots here.
You, like, zipped across the river there, by the way. You got those Time Crisis 5 jet boots on. Yeah, you know what? I guess they, instead of, like, going for what the first game did, where they wanted it to feel really realistic and, you know, matching how it would look if it was, like, a head-mounted camera, they've just gone for more speed, and they just zip you between the cover most of the time.
For the best.
We have to try and get a close-up look at those beans later, see if it's...
They're not bushes this time. They're just like, they're an El Generico brand. I did notice that.
Ah. Lost out on that lucrative deal.
We can still only have a maximum of 4 health, though. We can't go into overflow with health.
Yeah, you know, the way the flashing works in this, where it looks like interlacing stuff going wrong, makes me... I'm going to have to load up Time Crisis 2 and 3 in PCSX2 myself and just double check, like, do they flash this way? Or is this game just emulating weird?
Yep, more TNT.
See, Jojo
I blew up the
maybe
bridge
Cass has
there,
a point.
actually.
Yeah.
So I think that was a branching path of a sort. I wonder if the branching paths are just like House of the Dead 2 style, where ultimately you're ending up in the same end place at the end of any given level, but, you know, your route through there is... Or I guess it's just House of the Dead in general, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, it's always cool to see that in a light gun rail shooter.
And it just goes to show, again, like how derivative Rebellion are, how they've never had an original idea in their fucking careers.
I mean, I've coming from me, I have messed with some of that other PS2 output, and
as have I.
You can tell, you can tell this was not what they were putting their whole foot into.
Yeah, unlike Sniper Elite, the original, which is an unrepentant piece of shit.
I kind of liked what I played of it. I'm not saying the whole game's good, because, you know, I've not played the whole game.
Or Rogue Trooper, not to be confused with Rogue Warrior.
No, that one seemed cool. My guy died, and then I put him in my gun. He turned into a gun.
That's where Bionic Commando got the idea.
It is, yeah. But to your point, and AAA also pointed out, there has also been so many millions of Sniper Elites, and that's a fair criticism.
It's because it's the only franchise that has ever worked out for them. It was their first franchise to ever get like a Metacritic score above like a 60. The first product they ever put out. And it wasn't even the first game. It was Sniper Elite V2, their remake of their first game, where they're like, you know, we maybe had an idea here. Maybe we should actually try this time.
Yeah.
And then it was successful for them. Yep.
Yeah. I just want to point out, by the way, this is directly
from Time Crisis 2. Yes.
2, yeah. And a bit sloppy because it's just two guys Donkey Konging at the top of a wooden fort.
You're so lad, boy.
I'm curious. I'm assuming the amount of money you get for kills is maybe based on... It's either how quick or maybe where you hit them. Oh, okay, and triple. You can triple
follow-up
hit, like
shots,
Crisis,
yeah.
You know, we do have body-specific reaction shots, I think.
There are, yeah.
Yeah.
I like having chase shots as a mechanic. I like quadruple tapping. It makes me feel like, you know, I'm Chow Yun Fat, dumping an entire magazine into one guy. And then still having enough ammo to kill 50 more guys without reloading.
Yeah, I will say, despite the way this seems cheaper than the first one, it does seem like just actually playing it is better.
Yeah, I'm having moderate fun with this. Definitely an improvement. But I'm sure the critics were savage to this back in the day. Mr. YTF pointing out the Virtual Cop gate let you triple tap enemies. Yeah, absolutely no. Like follow-up shots. I mean, chase shots is a term that is like it is a mechanic. It is a common mechanic in light gun games to reward you for shooting a target multiple times. I'm not saying this game innovated it. Again, Rebellion has never innovated anything in their goddamn lives. Everything they've ever done in any game has been stolen from another game. So they don't, believe you me, not giving Rebellion credit for anything here, except for making a moderately playable game this time around. That's about the only credit I'm willing to give them.
Right up. Metacritic doesn't have any critics reviews listed.
Yeah, not shocked. Your best bet might be
I'm
go
sure...
to Moby Games and check the reviews tab there, and they do usually a pretty okay job.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah. It's probably one of those things where it's going to be so obscure magazines that it's just not being catalogued. Yeah, they have 6.2. But yeah, it's publications you've never heard of. One publication gave it like an 8 out of 10 though, so someone really liked it.
Yeah, it's Rebellion's own trade magazine, their own internal. Even they didn't see fit to give it a 10 out of 10. They're like, there's stuff we can work on for the next one, for the third Jesse James adventure.
Also, that's a nice thing, because even Time Crisis doesn't let you shoot during those little transitions. I like that there's like some environmental stuff you can shoot at during these. So there you go, doing something different with the formula. I know that's the thing. Like, video games is a very derivative medium in a positive way.
Yeah,
it's
everyone building upon like what
yeah.
previous developers, refining ideas, iterating.
Oh yeah, that boss is literally from the first game. That chain guy. That's
not a boss. That's
a
just an
mini
enemy
boss
type.
in the first one.
Yeah.
Well, mini boss.
But I think we're about to get to something from the first game. If this is.
They kept it.
Yep, now I can just drag it across the screen and go every which direction,
yeah.
So...
At least they improved it. And they've kept, this flashing is still probably an issue for some people, but they kept it decently low frame rate compared to... The worst I remember on PlayStation 2 is when you get the submachine gun in Resident Evil Dead Aim.
Yeah, that's one of the most egregious things ever in humankind, that whoever let that happen in the implementation it was implemented in.
Yeah.
We'll show that on the show one of these days. Why not do Resident Evil Dead Aim? Even though it's a fine game.
And thankfully, that does have a flash remove patch. So, we won't have to subject people to that specifically.
Question in chat, by the way, after this cutscene.
Oh, yeah, I'll read that.
Match, Jesse James. Now it's time to meet your maker. Well, the notorious General Deadeye Jameson. Guess I'm gonna have to do to you what I did to your lackey, the sheriff.
I feel like the voice acting is worse though somehow. But yeah, Ho Ho Hi Hen has asked, will this series cover VR too? Considering Johnny now has the PlayStation VRs. Well, it's something we definitely would like to do at some point. Just gotta figure out more the logistics of it. I've messed with some stuff in VR that you would essentially call a rail shooter. Specifically one that Sharky recommended to me, actually, Mortal Blitz, which is pretty good actually. It's like if Bulletstorm was a rail shooter and you had dual guns the whole time.
This boss fight is pretty lame. I get what they're going for, but it is underwhelming.
This is your last shooter.
That's what I like that crawl
yep.
he did though. Yeah, that'll get him. Oh, Nelly. Yeah, we can't show that'd be too graphic.
Cool guys don't look at water spilling out of a tower. I learned that lesson long ago. Still a farm boy. What will it take?
Unlocked a minigame.
Oh, weapon shotgun unlocked. Will they let me switch to it now? Probably not.
Minecart madness. Are we going to be in the minecart?
They couldn't pull that off in the first game, so... Perhaps now.
Yeah. Probably for the best. Don't imagine it would have gone well.
No doubt Bob reckoned Jesse'd been rumbled in town and wouldn't be expecting him. At least, that's what Jesse hoped.
Oh, hell yeah. AAA does point out that when you die, you lose your score, so that's probably why we're still off the farm. Stop zooming in. It's funny because the actual like poly amount on the faces is fine. The textures do not match. Yeah, that was rough. I think you got shot in a way that you couldn't have seen.
Quick, I need to find the emergency baked bean stash.
We're mining for beans down here. Yeah, I'm having a funny takeaway from this because we specifically looked at a game that I had a version of in my childhood that I do not like as much as I remember. And then we got this that I haven't really played, and it's like, oh, actually, I would give this a go through.
Oh, this level sucks. This level's really
bad. This level
bad.
doesn't seem great. Yeah.
They did not know how to, like, account for any moment spent out of cover in this. Uh-huh. Oh my god. Sickening. The camera movements there fucking sickening.
Get a little flavor of Death Crimson. Just a hint.
Ay, ay, ay. What the fuck was that?
Notes of Death Crimson, if you will. Oh, there were some beans there that were... You would have had to have been crack shot to have gone. Yeah, I guess because when you're in cover, you can mostly see still. They want you to, like, stick in the minecart and then just pop out to shoot.
Easier said than done. I'm Headful says, missing Twin Caliber now. I miss Twin Caliber every damn day. Yeah.
Also, they're facing away from you while they're shooting there. See?
I see all the scoring opportunities they want me to be taking advantage of, and it's just like, good fucking luck.
Oh, there's loads of split paths on this one.
Oh my god, I died. This level's awful.
Yeah. They fumbled here.
I shot that target several times over, by the way.
Yeah, it might be like once you've flipped it once, you can't unflip it.
Say something nice. At least there's movement. At least this is like a stage on rails. At least they put movement in their minecart level. They didn't know how to do it. It's clear now why they didn't do it in the first game.
Yeah.
The speed, constantly stopping and starting and slowing and speeding, also not good in this. I know it's not to say something nice, it's to say something bad, but...
Yeah, there's other parts of the game I kind of like. I struggle to say anything to redeem that level.
Underground Rescue. Let's hope this isn't in the minecart anymore. Let's hope they got that out of their system.
Draw.
I believe they did. I would love to be using that shotgun now. But alas. Because they couldn't just have mid-level weapon pickups.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
guess
Lethal
they
Enforcers figured that out.
I guess they were specifically trying to do it how Time Crisis 2's home port works, where, you know, those are just bonus you select at the start of the playthrough and not swap in.
Except for the parts in Time Crisis 2 where you pick up the submachine gun in the middle of the level.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so like you unlock, you know, the modified gun types are, you know, they're modifiers you set before you start. That's stuff they specifically added to the home port. So there is like a wide shot that's essentially a shotgun, and also just if you want a fully auto gun throughout the whole game. You know, I will look this up before I read it.
Yeah, because this is 2003. If you're asking, if you're trying to figure out if this was before or after Time Crisis 3.
Yes, this is. So this is after the arcade version, I believe, though I'm not sure the exact date of the arcade version. Let me see if I can find the exact date. Same year though, but probably a couple of months afterwards. The arcade was like the beginning of 2003, and then the home port was like October to November, yeah. But definitely feels like Time Crisis 2 was the main reference point.
The fact that you can't take cover while you're in Gatling gun mode stinks. Also, how am I moving this thing around? How am I dragging this with me?
You know, don't question it. Yeah. I still wish they had tried to make, because there definitely are enemy types, but I still haven't picked up on what are supposed
each
to
of them do,
like,
yeah.
Like Time Crisis, all the ones I've played at least, they use very obvious primary color things, and even if you're colorblind, that they do at least look a bit different as well.
It's the difference between like conscientious design, like informed, deliberate design, and just rebellion throwing shit against the wall, only understanding like the surface level of, oh, we should probably have variety of enemies. Well, should we like meaningfully make them like distinct from one another so that players can identify them at afar? What? Why would we do that?
It's one of the things where I bet they do have different behavior. It's just that because the designs are more subtle, it's hard to pick up on it. And that's the problem.
Oh, I died. He had my girl. And I shot him in the head like 17 times, but alas.
So yeah, not a fan that the score resets if you die.
I'm whatever about that. Who gives a shit about a high score? If you're aiming for a 1 credit clear on this sort of thing anyway, which is, the ideal. I know games that have, like, little half your score. Where did he come from? Where did he come from between those 2 shots there, by the way? Also, how am I losing time by accurately shooting him in the head?
I think that some of the shots were counted as hitting her, because that's what causes the time to go down.
I'll see you tomorrow.
That was a love.
Noon. We'll settle this once and for all.
Oh, my strong man.
I missed you, Z.
Sure. Tell me we're already up to the last level. Tell me the game is about to end with the duel in Main Street.
I mean, with the split paths, though, I don't mind that too much if it's a slightly shorter experience. It depends if this is going to be like a full level or just the shoot down.
I'm thinking full level.
Okay, no, yeah.
Gonna be hard around here, Z. Best you take cover. I'll come and get you once I dealt with Bob Younger.
Be careful, Jesse.
If only I could see you, but my eyes, they're too pixelated.
The modeling's better, but
I can't take cover anymore.
She was more of a goth in the first one.
There's no cover in this stage.
Yeah, they've swapped to the like a more Virtua Cop House of Dead style.
Yeah, I'm just shooting. Huh.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that in a rail shooter before, like Gunstyle.
Where it just gives up halfway through?
Well, it's more of like a swapping of you know, the specific framing. I'm surprised. Can you take cover here though?
No.
Weird. Maybe because she's taking cover like he suggested.
Yeah,
That's
she's
no
occupying the spot. Wow, that didn't work.
Yeah, fuck you.
Show the health bar like a full 5 seconds in advance of the guy showing up. Oh, that okay.
Okay, so I don't think we'll look into this today unless as time permits. I wonder if the different difficulties also changes the enemy patterns or or things they do. Hey.
If you aim at the screen before signal, Bob will accuse you of cheating and shoot you dead. This is going to be tricky because will the game allow me to mouse out of the window and...
Yeah. Oh, nice. Holy fuck. That was close to frame perfect there.
I heard the bell.
Too bad it had to come to this, Bob.
And that's the end.
Hey, look at that. They got better at modeling horses.
Say they lived happily ever after.
Considering they died horribly.
A lot of fun before they finally checked into that old prairie in the sky.
Ooh. Low rent credits.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the same names here as well.
Not shocked. That was almost
I would
playable.
be curious. Yeah, I would be really curious what the actual retail price for this was when it launched. I hope it was real cheap. Because it was made real cheap.
I mean, that's the Rebellion way. It's cheap and it's on time. If you ask for anything more than that, you're barking up the wrong damn tree. Yeah, that was better. It definitely is not the worst game of the night. Thank you for playing Gunfighter 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a loop?
Yeah, it's just looping.
Scout.
Hell yeah.
Silver mode unlocked. I need to see that shotgun.
Yeah, yeah. And then we can, hopefully
Also,
that you can use it in the silver mode. Yeah, AAA saying just like fast food. Yeah. I could get that amount of enjoyment out of this for sure. Oh, yep. God, if you could take the, is that the Gatling gun? I hope that works.
I think you got to
throughout the whole
it.
game.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
All right, so recently we played the House of the Dead 1 and 2 remakes on the show, and the House of the Dead 2 remake specifically had a shotgun in it that I contend is the worst shotgun I've ever used in a video game ever.
Honestly, yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
It's functional, which is better than the House of the Dead 2 remake shotgun.
Because I think what it's doing here is that it's not, even if it's animated as a spread of pellets, I think it's just a big circle, like hitbox.
Yes.
Which is, yeah, that's how you should do it if you're doing a light gun shooter.
I definitely appreciate how destructive it feels.
Yeah. And I can tell this is harder.
Yep.
They're getting more shots on target.
Give me my baked beans. Four shots is a good number of shots to have for a shotgun of this type. I prefer this over like a double barrel.
Okay, I don't think the enemy pattern has really changed though. That was probably expecting too much, to be fair. So, you know,
No.
I didn't realize, but that music kind of like dynamically wrapped up there. I like that.
You know what else we got to see?
Yeah.
Show me those mini games.
Yeah, see what mini games we got.
In the saloon, English Rob, Showdown. Huh? Tequila Sometimer.
Maybe, yeah, maybe there's like multiple levels per minigame now. Yeah, level 1, yeah. Oh, you still have the shotgun.
Okay. Don't hit the poison.
Don't hit.
It's gonna be impossible with the shotgun.
Woo! Oh, well, look, he actually pulls the lever as well. Oh, my antique poison. Look what you've done to it.
Okay, no. Got the idea of that one. Maybe they should have had the weapon select on this screen too, so I could have selected something that wasn't the fucking shotgun.
That's a little weird, but I do like the, you know, they made it more of a animated thing than the more like retro throwback way that the
look at that. That's English Rob. That's English Rob right there. Oh, not this fucking wagon again.
Yeah. Also, it's very minor, but for some reason, there was a timer for getting up to the wagon, and now you have infinite time.
Again, maybe they should have let me use the revolver for this. Maybe they should have forced you to use the revolver for this.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of funny, though, that they don't. Like, it's obviously they could have done it better, but I can't be mad at mistakes like this because they're just goofy.
And this clearly is a mistake. This is clearly not intended. They did not think players would bounce out of the story mode after selecting a weapon and then come back to this mode.
Yeah.
That's that rebellion carelessness.
It's that, or it's they noticed it and someone said, just leave it. It's fun. You know, it's not talked about often, but a lot of times games will have features in them that were born from happy accidents.
Okay, I got the impression with this one. I get what they're. I don't need to see any more of that one. I can assume the target shoot here is going to be much the same.
Yeah.
And is the showdown just fast forward to the end of the game again? I'm sure it is.
Come on, prove us wrong. Have it be a whole showdown mode. One shotgun, don't miss.
I never miss.
Yeah, we.
Yep, and show us the credits again, you fucking hacks. This.
Well, at this point, it's established. This is just how the series works.
So there's this game called Perfect Dark for the N64, and the last thing you unlock in it is a duel minigame, or one of the last things you unlock for beating the game on a certain difficulty level, and it's a series of duels, of one-on-one duels that you have with other characters. And you know they don't need to roll the credits every fucking time after after you defeat an opponent in that mode. Funny that.
No. But again, if it's an established series now, you have to. It's what the fans were expecting.
Oh, they cut back to the main screen here. Great.
There we go.
And just for AAA, AAA, who wants to see the fail? Okay.
Oh, you know, good. Yeah.
I take my every instinct to not.
Yeah, a lot easier than the first game. Oh, His legs went pointed inwards.
Damn.
You're just chow for the vultures now, Jesse.
Really makes you think, huh?
Poor Z.
Retry? No. In fact, close out. Because we are done with that. We are finished with our night of gunfights. Except for the part where we got to go over best and worst of the night. And give some final thoughts on which one I think we're both picking as worst. But
yeah.
Start with best.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Lethal Enforcers 2, Gunfighter. Even though Gunfighter 2 being better than the first one, it's still very mixed in a lot of ways. For what Lethal Enforcers was doing at the time, I think it's just solid all around. Great music, great set pieces. Obviously very short and very hard, but that's kind of the style and challenge of that one. So I give it to that one, yeah.
All right, I'm going to give it to Sega's Gunfight, because I love my electromechanical. Now, we didn't get to play that one, so I guess I can't really.
If only.
And I guess I can't give it the Gunfight, Taito's Gunfight either. So I will give it to Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters, because it was fun. Because it was super duper fun. It had a cool variety of stuff in it. Had all the expected set pieces. Stylish. Just, it's exactly what I would want out of a light gun game of that era. You know, granted, 1994, just around the corner, there's Virtua Cop, and suddenly Lethal Enforcers looks stagnant and old and dusty overnight. But for a brief, beautiful moment in time, go to the arcade and have yourself a whole good old hootenanny showdown shootout, and would have been a blast. Now, worst of the night, and why is it Gunfighter: The Legend of Jesse James for the PS1?
Yeah, it is honestly that first one. It's weird because the things it does better than the second one are the things that don't make it a better game to play. Honestly. It's weird because they really feels like they put all their all into that like early part of the game, and then it's just kind of very sloppy afterwards, like where they put the priority. And yeah, like it's funny because they understand to a certain point how Time Crisis 1 works, but definitely these very specific nuances and polish that makes that work is missing. At least the sequel has goofier stuff going on that makes up for some of that stuff, and there's enough improvements to the core gameplay to make up for it. The first one, I think it just ends up being a bummer. Like, even being on the limits of the PlayStation 1, like it's a very late PlayStation 1 game, and it suffers in ways that I feel like a game by that point shouldn't. So yeah. Okay, it's just Parsec. If you can hear me still fine, then
Yes, you were fine.
yeah, that's okay then. But yeah, it's disappointing.
I can't say it was disappointing because I knew exactly what was going to be going in, just based on what it said on the tin, just based on Rebellion Developments, knowing their stink. Yeah, no, I kind of knew. I think I'd played like a little bit of it before in the past, which is how I knew it was, because I know I had sampled every Rebellion game, if not beaten every Rebellion game at a moment in time. And yeah, what doesn't work about that game speaks to like the nuances of rail shooter, of light gun game design. It is more than just, for as basic as it might be, for as limited as your means of input may be in a given game, there are still certain things you have to get right, otherwise the whole thing falls apart. One, the primary of which is keeping track of where enemies are popping out from. You need to have an intuitive sense of where enemies are likely to emerge from. You can't just have enemies appearing out of the fucking ether that you blink and then suddenly enemies are on screen coming out from corners that you couldn't account for. You know, it's one thing to have a dynamic sort of, you know, camera to put you in the shoes of the player character and to have them track through a level, but that illusion shatters and there's basically no. It's like doing like a one take. It's like doing a one shot scene in a movie, right? That's become very in vogue to have like the camera follow through and to have no cuts or to hide your cuts super well, and how that places you in the shoes of a pedestrian, of a stander-by, or of the character in the movie. That effect is cool. It doesn't matter, or it falls apart when the action isn't particularly compelling, or if there's like miscues that are obviously like on the screen. If there's like, you know, crew members, if you saw crew members out the corner of your eye during it, like, there's a lot of ways to fuck that up. And the way to fuck that up in a rail shooter is to have it that you're not able to account for where enemies are coming from. And also, just the pacing of it was awful. The segments of waiting, 20 seconds going by, waiting, okay, we're shooting now. And it's just how frequently that's popping up. And the fact that you're just watching that timer fucking tick down on screen, making you acutely aware of how much of your time is being wasted between these scenes.
Yeah, and the way you could have at least done it, and some of the Time Crisis games will do this, where you're at least looking at stuff happening during those times, like, oh, you're chasing after someone, or there's a vehicle flying across, something like that. But it was just travel time, and I guess they felt really proud that they nailed like the head-mounted camera feel. And it's funny how the second game completely scraps it and ends up better for it, because it's just like, nah, fuck it, we'll just zoom you to where you need to go.
In all the better for it, like you said. And other things wrong with this first game is just the complete lack of variety. Like, the only variety you get is the showdown at the end, and that one part where you get to shoot the rope. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they did for, like, you know, extra for accoutrements, for sure. I guess the Gatling gun, too. I guess that's it. But I mean, like...
It's still really funny, that Gatling gun.
And what's funny is just coming from Lethal Enforcers 2... you know, which is 7 years older, but has you just cycling through all the weapons you'd expect. This is having fun with, like, you know, here's a fucking shotgun, here's a cannon that you can use for a little bit. Just like cycling between all that stuff, you know, that adds a lot. Not every light gun game, not every rail shooter needs to have the multiple weapons, like something like a House of the Dead, which is perfect.
Time Crisis 1 doesn't.
And, you know, but for this game, which is doing all the Western pastiche sort of stuff, yeah, I get the want to just keep it to the revolver. That was Jesse James's iconic gun, but I think this is a game that, in lieu of like anything else happening, could have like easily incorporated that as a gimmick, just having those weapons you're cycling between, and would have been situationally useful in, you know, different stages or whatnot. But whatever, that's a personal taste thing. That's just, you know, I guess asking them to go above and beyond, you know, God forbid we ask Rebellion to extend themselves too far here.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned Time Crisis 1, because it is just the one gun you have, but that game is so tightly designed that it makes, you know, you don't need that variety. It's like, as a pure handgun 6-shot like run through, it is, you know, there's nothing you need to add to it. You know, it's like a very simple recipe that works because it's just like the one ingredient kind of thing. Whereas, you know, like the later games get more Hollywood action, you know, so they make the multiple gun thing works. And yeah, the first Gunfighter there just doesn't have that tight gameplay to really make just the 6-shooter work.
And, you know, further complaints, level design, fucking boring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
How static and flat all of those levels felt. How just like moving the camera through it makes it like so abundantly clear that they just weren't thinking about this in terms of like, you know, set piece design. They're thinking about like, okay, well, we know you have to have a train level. And they don't think about like how like a train level can make a game like fun, how you can like use the train to your advantage, right? How you can use like the moving nature, the element of like, you know, moving through space and whatnot. They didn't have like guys on horseback riding alongside that you could shoot out like the doors or what have you. No, it's just going down from carriage to carriage, and as they pop up from behind the boxes and seats, and that's it. You know, like, did they have a section where they got up on the roof of the train, or was that in the second game?
It was on the roof, but it's very brief.
It's very
It's
brief.
when you get, yeah, because you get to like a part of the train with 9 characters. The closest to it is there's the wagon that pulls up and the enemies like just burst through the wall, which comes off like, oh, we couldn't get it working where you'd have to shoot a wagon riding alongside the train, so we had to just kind of evoke the idea of it.
Yeah. And, you know, and the roof segment, now that it's coming back to me, there's the oblique angles that they expect you to shoot enemies from as well.
Yeah,
which, you know,
that's
should be part of
also
the challenge. Yeah. But at the same time, the way they implement it here with their bad level design chops makes it so that they're coming from, like, oblique angles, and they're only visible for, like, milliseconds at a time before they pop back into cover, and you're just stuck there fucking waiting for them to pop back out again. Or, you know, they're so close to the top of the screen that the health bar is literally in the way of shooting them. So they're literally hiding behind fucking HUD elements, which is such amateur hour bullshit. It's unbelievable, honestly.
The top of the train was also where some of the way they did the cover camera swings was really egregious, where you would sometimes be looking almost 180 degrees away from where you were going to pop out cover. And again, that might be realistic to where you wanted the character to look, but it's not fun to have it where, you know, as soon as you pop out cover, you're spinning the camera that far as well. Like there's a limit to how much you can do that, and they went way too far with it. And you can tell because again, the second game, it's mostly you pop down a little bit, you like maybe like a 10-20 degree turn. So it is interesting to show because people said, you know, in chat when I was saying like, yeah, it seems just kind of middling. It is those very little things that when you're in the game and dealing with those little connect things that can ruin a game like this.
Yeah, it's a genre where, yes, it is simple, but it means that the line between like getting it right and getting it wrong is so razor thin that the things you need to nail down, it's a short list, but if you fuck up one of them, you throw the whole thing in the wastebasket, basically. And this game fucked up every single thing it could feasibly fuck up.
Yeah. If anyone's aware of fighting games and how many developers in the 90s thought they were piss easy to do because it's just 2 characters fighting each other on the stage, it's like, yeah, no, if you mess up like hit stun or blocking or not having a throw, for example, it's like that, but, you know, for a rail shooter.
So leave it to Rebellion to put out what I think might be the worst rail shooter we've played in the course of this segment so far. Is it worse than House of the Dead 1 and 2 remake? I think not. I think those games hurt me more. Those games hurt my soul a little more. But that is, you know, Gunfighter to Jesse James, definitely worse of the night. Definitely worse in this segment. Wait, hold on. We played Gallagher's Gallery in this segment before. Gallagher's Gallery is still that's the bottom. That's still bottom tier. So Rebellion beat out by Gallagher. Yeah. And not many else.
Probably the worst PlayStation 1 game we've looked at as a rail shooter.
Sure, with that very specific margin, with that very specific scope.
I feel safe saying that, yeah.
Well, very good. And with that, I've got all the gunfight out of me, Johnny. All the gunfighting I see fit to do for tonight, which means there's little else to do except to say, folks, thanks for tuning in to this, another episode of the Light Gun Games Extravaganza. Thanks to those of you who were able to put up with the screen flashing in this one. Again, I apologize I was not able to completely mitigate that in the ways I would have hoped to. But again, blame Rebellion, not me. We hope you had fun. Hope you learned a little something about light gun game design and the history of gunfighting, as it were, since that was apparently the shtick holding this whole thing together. It was our excuse to play at least 1 or 2 games that weren't just Rebellion Developments games. Oh no, it disconnected. Hoo-hoo. Last second disconnect. Last second.
Did you lose Twitch?
I think we did.
Okay, I wasn't sure if my internet was dying or not because I had that on Friday.
Well, let's quickly put an end to this before I lose again. Hopefully, folk at home are. We can look at the stream schedule to say that we'll be here on Saturday No, this was Saturday.
This is Saturday, yeah.
We'll be here Monday, May 11th, to do a
Monday.
Casual Monday, the show where we play not so bad games, shoot the shit a little more casually, so on and so forth. Please to consider tuning in. VODs for that one do not go up on the YouTube. We will tell you where they go up in just a little bit. Tuesday, May 12th, pending. We need to figure something out for that, some sort of one-off or beginning of a new playthrough or what have you. We will figure that out in due time before said episode, before said date. It's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Thursday, May 14th, Wheelman, episode 4, the ongoing adventures of Vin Diesel, and probably some of the most fun we've had playing a game on stream that I can recall in recent memory. So if you are a fan of us having a good time, please tune in to that one. And then Saturday, May 16th, Lagwagon Day. I don't know how to do a stream that ties into Lagwagon Day, but I'm going to endeavor to try and figure that out between now and then. And if I don't, it'll be something. There's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. We could probably do like a Chance Time or any other one of our regular programs. But you'll have to wait. You'll have to tune in to find out, won't you now? That's as far ahead into the future as I'm willing to look. So I will say, hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, consider joining our Discord community. That is the game room. That is discord.gg/BGHOF, a community of connoisseurs. Talk good games, bad games, every game in between. Talk things that aren't games. Talk our Bad Game Club, where, Johnny, what are folk playing in the Bad Game Club for this month?
Yes, this month we are playing Pon, the next level for the PlayStation 1. It's a new millennium, new year, and Pon has been reinvented for the modern generation. How many versions of Pon are there? Oh, every version. Infinite versions. Come check it out.
Very good. And folk will commiserate over that game. The whole point of the Bad Game Club is that folk in the community commiserate over the shared experience of playing a bad game and share tips and tricks. I don't know what you could really share as far as tips and tricks for Pong is concerned. So and if Pong doesn't strike your fancy, you can just wait till next month. We'll have a new bad game picked out. A new bad game every month for the Bad Game Club over on the Bad Game Hall of Fame Game Room Discord server. If you really like what you saw here tonight, you might consider financially supporting us, pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube. Any or all of the above will grant you access on the Discord server to a Patreon Saints channel wherein you can vote in polls to determine our playthroughs, make suggestions to help steer the direction of the show, gain access to exclusive content primarily by way of VODs, primarily by way of the Casual Monday VOD archive comprising over 150 hours of exclusive VODs for that show, which you can ask for access to over in the Discord server Patreon Saints channel, or just if you happen to be a Patreon pledger, you'll just have access to the catalog on there. We're working on it, folks. Working on a better way to deliver said VODs and so forth, and then working on further exclusives beyond just the VODs. And also, let it be said that, the perk, the warm fuzzy feeling you get from supporting a show like ours has to count as a benefit, a bonus of some sort, knowing that you're helping keep the lights on here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame and that we appreciate you for it and all that. But if you can't financially support us, we completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to help this show that is free, you can go over to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@BadGameHallOfFame. Find our suggested viewing playlist comprising 20 hand-picked episodes of the show by us, handpicked by us, that we think make for some of the best onboarding onto this here show of ours. Fit to share with folk who might go for video game shows in the 3 to 4 hour range. Or maybe someone who's a big fan of Jesse James. Maybe you'll send them this and maybe they'll learn a thing or two about his goth GF, things they didn't know, history they weren't quite privy to, learning experience for all involved. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewer. I'm just gonna do the quickest of checks. Ooh, my browser is also crapping out, so I'm having some sort of issue here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to skip the raid, unfortunately, at the end here, just because I can't get it up and running. I don't want to potentially crash and burn. I don't want to have a black flag here on the last lap, so we'll just wrap it up for now by saying, hey, thanks again, folks. Thanks again to all the cowpokes out there in TV land tuning into this segment, indulging us in our in probably our most self-indulgent segment, or our most self-indulgent format that we do here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame between me and Johnny.
Yeah, that's fair.
I, of course, have been Calamity Cassidy.
And I haven't been Johnny Meatbag, but Johnny Baghead.
Very good. See all you hombres a little later on down the line. Why bye for now.
Toodles!